everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here with episode 28, session 28 of Evermore le Masquerade. This is Castille de Borjido Part 2. This is a 5e Dungeons & Dragons campaign that is set in the homebrew world of my name, Rosfin. In particular, a kingdom called Gerdes, which is kind of heavily based on the Baroque periods of Spain, France, and Venice. It's been a fantastic game so far, and we've kind of switched gears a little bit with the last two sessions, or this session and the one previous. We are entering a dungeon crawl. Things are going to be a little different, but if you like that kind of stuff, then stick around. I'm going to give the same warning that I give on the beginning of all of my games, and that is if foul language and mature subject matter are problems for you, then this is not a good place for you to spend time. I don't know what is, but, it's not this. So, if those things do not bother you, however, then please stick around. Check it out. I'm going to pass things over to my players here in just a moment so that they can introduce themselves, plug what they've got going on, where you may be able to find them on the internet, etc., etc. The same addendum to the normal message is while this game will never ever feature explicit sex, it does come about as close as we can here on YouTube. It's part of the culture, and it's fun, so why not? So I think that's all the business. I'm going to pass things over now, and then we'll get started. So we're going to start first with anticipation, buffering. Kenya.
I was hoping I was going to get away with it. Hey everybody, I'm Kenya, Acer Sin on the interwebs. This is pretty much the only place I am on the interwebs right now. I have my channel and everything, but life has been lifing hard for my D&D group the last couple months, so we are very sporadic, so we have not been playing a lot. But life, that happens, and this too shall pass. But I play Vera, as the group recently found out, changeling bard of the group. And I am very, very excited to see what is going on and what we are able to accomplish in this little raid on this vampire castle we've got going here. And, since I'm now the patron of a demon, what? I'm going to pass it over to Matt.
I find my unmute button. Hello, I'm Matt. I run a channel called A Fistful of Dice, and I write RPG books over at Absolute Tabletop. I just finished writing a game called Aether Nexus, which is like fantasy mecha, like Escaflowne inspired sort of stuff with the mecha hack rules. And it feels really weird to be done with that book, and I don't really know what to do with myself. So I've just been doing a lot of like looking out the window with my time. So tonight, as always, I'm playing Locks, and I love a good dungeon crawl. So I'm really excited for tonight's session. And I will go ahead and pass it off to Em.
Hi everyone, I'm Em. I am now almost exclusively found on MTD. That is where I live for most of my games, except here, which is also excellent way to spend my evening. So I'm really excited to play Sylvie. I'm really excited to jump into this. I love a good dungeon crawl, so I'm super stoked. And I will pass it over to Austin.
Am I muted? No, it says mute. Oh, it's telling me I can mute myself. All right, I'm an idiot. I don't know how computers work. I'm Austin. I will be playing Guillaume. He is the resident idiot of the group, despite having an intelligence of like 20, I think. Yeah, he's the 20 intelligence, 10 wisdom idiot, who is also their beautiful, beautiful boy. Actually, that's not true. That's Lox's job. He gets to be the beautiful boy. I get to be the pain in the ass. I'm super excited to get back into this. You can find me on this channel in this game, and eventually in another of Jeremy's games, and basically nowhere else. I have no good internet presence. With that, I will pass it up to Karen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen, also known as Myth and Gears on the interwebs. I reside here on this channel. You'll see me here a few times a month. Also on MTD. Got some games over there. Got some coming up. Really excited about that. I'll just tease it for there and leave it at that. Tonight, I'm so excited to get back to this game. It's been a while. I get to play Chimera and Diego Ruiz y Gonzala, amongst other many names. Too many to mention at this point. So I'm very excited to play and see how much trouble we can get into in a dungeon, fighting things and stuff. And I'll pass it on to my game master.
All right, no pressure or anything. People like good dungeon crawls, so, well, can't promise good, but it'll be a dungeon crawl. So, but yeah, I'm super excited to get back to this. Yeah, I also like dungeon crawls a lot. It's a fun part of the game that is harder to do on live play, but hopefully we're able to kind of bring that to all of you as players in an easy, interactable format, as well as something that is, you know, watchable and entertaining to the audience. So yeah, fingers crossed. Last we left off, we were in the middle of combat. So we are going to be diving straight back in where we left off, and then going from there. So we're going to have a real brief introduction here. We find ourselves back where we left off. The party has made their way up this treacherous and unsettling switchback known as the Stiletto Pass. Eventually finding their way to see the Castille de Borjido kind of looming ahead. And now that you've gotten closer on this switchback, you started noticing a lot more bones around, scattered everywhere in the recesses of this kind of mountain pass. You would see places where you could not see rock. It was just littered with bones and broken siege equipment. Signs of a lot of battles over the decades, centuries. And then some of the skeletons started to animate and attack you. And as you fought your way higher and higher, closer to the drawbridge that would then lead you to the castle itself, you have been waylaid multiple times. So, we're going to switch back over to our battle screen. Battle? Let me shift this down a little bit. We have, if I'm not mistaken, 2 individuals are currently flying. Looks like Guillaume is 40 feet off the ground and Sylvie is 10 feet off the ground, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
And I believe I was falling slowly or something.
Falling slowly? All right. You had
Yeah, I feel like there was
fall?
feather fall involved. Yeah.
Mhm.
I seem
I
to
was gonna
remember
say
that.
falling slowly like a feather, perhaps.
Mhm.
Yep, exactly. Not to put too fine a point on it. I think, yeah, all 3 of you here are airborne in some facet or another. Okay. Cool. So, we've got all 5 of you on screen. Currently, it does not look like there are any animated skeletons around. You can see the drawbridge kind of up in the top right, or top left, that is. up here, and there are 2 towers that kind of flank either side of it here. And then the wall of the castle is kind of like built as an extension of the cliff face that kind of runs the right hand side of the map. Okay, so now that we have our bearings a bit, we're gonna just start at the beginning, the top of the initiative order that I still have from last time. And that brings us to Guillaume. No, I'm sorry. I lied. Just teasing. Locks, you're up first.
Sorry, I'm over here like eating a bowl of soup like Goku. Okay.
All start, 10 yards. First down.
Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll do whatever combination of actions is necessary for me to get my rope out of my pack.
Okay. Yeah.
So if that takes a standard action or a bonus action or whatever.
Yeah, I think especially like if it's stored inside the pack,
yeah,
it's going to be kind of a thing where you're going to have to like, toss it off your shoulder and open it and dig through there and grab it out of it.
It's at like
So
the bottom of the bag too, because it's we're in session 28 and I have not touched it yet, so it's buried in there. So I got to do the purse thing where I'm turning it upside down and pouring all the things out. So I get the rope and then I'll use all of my movement to move as far as I can. Oh, it looks like I can't move my token, but if you could move me 30 feet towards where my friends are off to the right weird. There.
You should have access, but let me figure out.
Oh,
player.
Am I using the wrong one? Oh, Jeremy, I might be using the wrong one. Nope, I'm not.
Let me see. Accessibility. Oh, that's not. Well, dang. Let me see. Characters. Be able to update owner only. Oh, do I have to like assign ownership to you? How do I do that?
I'm pretty sure we were moving all these tokens around.
I'm pretty sure we were
last game.
Maybe because it asked you.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't letting me in either. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that has something to do with it. Oh, can I do it from here? Please hold. We're having technical difficulties. I don't know how to do it. Alright, you want to go next to Vera? Is that where you're headed?
No, I want to go to I want to get as close to the edge of the cliff as I can with 30 feet of movement. Okay. And my rope. I'm going to just try and hang something down so that people can start pulling themselves up and not just feather fall all the way down.
Okay, perfect.
Well, we are flying. I think as of last session, I was like flying down to get her.
Oh, you're like Supermaning down there.
Because I know that like I'm concentrating on fly for myself and Sylvie.
Okay.
And I think the two of us were both kind of headed towards the feather falling Chimeran to do a save.
Okay. So maybe all of this is for naught because they have it under control. So rewind. I don't actually get the rope out of my pack. Yep, I will I will move next to Vera and I just stand at the ready. Just be ready for anything that comes around the corner, sort of keep a lookout. I guess I'll take the dodge action is what I will do.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait. There. Ooh, try that now, Matt.
Yep, we're moving, baby. I'm moving.
Everybody else can move theirs? Yep. Okay. Good. If not, let me know. I think I figured it out. All right. So that was Locks. Now, Guillaume. Now it is your turn to go.
I think I'm going to continue flying down to try to catch Chimeran. and then basically fly straight back up to try to get some height to move over to like basically skip over the next switchback and just kind of land on the ground in front of those like two towers in front of the bridge. But I don't think I'll be able to make it all the way. So I'll grab Chimeran and then try to kind of just go back up.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I think y'all had gotten a hold of Chimeran last time, so I don't think that.
I'm pretty sure Sylvie was
free-falling.
actually, holding, had gathered. I think maybe both together were gripping
Yeah, I
Chimera.
seem to remember there was like a skeleton that was still attached to you, like holding on or something, and then like they all like magnetized to you. um. Okay. So yeah, I imagine you can kind of like land back up on this switchback here. What do you have? Are you like flying?
Yeah. Fly spell,
I think
flying.
it's like what 60.
I think I was like 60. I'm trying to remember because like I normally try to watch the end of the last session before this one, but I remember, we like Chimeran went over, we tried to fly down. I think Sylvie did beat me there and got the skeleton off of Chimeran, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think I
Okay.
was still in that general area. But
Right.
like I think I had gone over the cliff a little bit and down. But so what I really want to do is try to get myself towards. Oh, I probably shouldn't click in the YouTube page to move my character. It would be better to do it on Owlbear. Tried to
I
click
mean,
my
you
token
can.
in between all of our faces. Where I'm trying to get to is, there's a highlighter. Like basically somewhere over here.
Oh, I
Like
see. Okay.
I just want to kind of fly over here and kind of post up, continuing to fly, just to kind of scout out the area for the uh the terrestrially inclined party members.
All right. Okay. You can kind of land here near, just next to basically this gatehouse right here.
And I think I will dodge as well. That feels like a good idea. But I really just want to kind
Okay.
of get a quick scout out of this area and see, like, are there any obvious threats? Are there any potential obstacles in between us and like the other side of the bridge?
No. So you're able to see. I mean, there's quite a bit of like fog or mist or what have you, that kind of fills this kind of ravine here, and it kind of makes it hard to see down in there very well. But it's at the most, it's just kind of like barely creeping over the top of like the boards that form the drawbridge, like these heavy chains. But nothing seems to be like in your path. Um, I don't know how to get in back in here. Right players, manage players. I'm gonna. Oof. I don't know if I want to try refreshing the Owlbear page or not. Probably need to. All right, hang tight. Things might get wonky with this. Yep. Okay. Hopefully that should have let you back in now. It gave me the prompt to admit you, so. Yes, okay, good. Excellent. Let me know if you can't control your token, and I'll fix that. While we're working on that stuff, somebody, a volunteer, please, anyone. All right,
I
Kenya.
will volunteer as tribute.
I would like for you to roll 2d4 for me, please.
Alrighty then. Six.
6. Okay. Let us See what happens here. We've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 6 skeletons that are now up and moving. We have 2 crossbowmen, one at the top of each tower. There's a pikeman that's kind of coming around from the corner of the, not a corner, from the side of the tower here. And then we have a crossbowman here, a pikeman here, and a soldier here. So, as they would say, en garde. Vera, it is your turn.
Seeing the skeleton kind of pop up right in her face. These spell slots. She's going to go ahead and just take a swing at it with her rapier.
All right. Swing away. Vera, swing away.
1 second. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. A 12 to hit.
No. It glances off of the scraps of armor and the half-rotten shield that he's kind of haphazardly swinging around, and it does not make contact.
She's gonna kind of look at Lox, who's standing right next to her, and be like, help, 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 help. And that is her bardic inspiration she's gonna give him.
All right. Excellent. That brings us to Sylvie's turn.
Okay, Sylvie has Chimera and is going to move probably right into the action. Or how high are these?
They're
Little.
probably, yeah, like a 20-foot height.
Okay, so Sylvie's gonna go up another 10 feet then, so that both her and Chimeran can get to the crossbow. Yeah.
Okay. Guillaume, you landed, is that right?
I think I'd want to. Actually, yeah, I think yeah, probably.
Okay. You're on the ground. Got it marked off at this point. Let's see. And then Sylvie and Chimeran, you're basically kind of like landing on the tower on the top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you land up there. It's not a overly large area. You know, it's again 10 feet kind of in diameter, and the roof is not entirely intact. So this is difficult terrain up here, just to make sure that you don't fall through. And you have this crossbowman who is kind of like turning around, you know, baring his gleaming teeth at you, without making a noise other than a rattle.
I think Sylvie will let Chimeran deal with this other skelly that they have on this one, and Sylvie's going to aim her lightning launcher jewel nodes that she has on her wrist.
All right. Okay.
At the one at the other that other tower there.
Okay. Is it normally a ranged attack? Or like
it
a
is.
Spell attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
You would be at disadvantage, I believe, because this guy is in your melee range.
Sorry, the other one. This one
right.
She is aiming at.
You're shooting at this guy?
Yeah.
Right. But because this guy basically is close enough to attack you, I think it imparts disadvantage on your attack roll. For a ranged attack. Does it not? Am I
Sure, yeah.
misremembering?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, she still rolled a 24 with
Okay.
a disadvantage,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Not a problem at all. Okay, yeah, so that is a hit. Try to see if I can find an answer to that so we know going forward. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and roll up your damage.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's 12 points of damage.
12, and he is a crossbowman. And it's what kind of damage again?
Lightning. Yeah, lightning.
Okay, perfect. So he takes all of that. You said it was 12?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you can describe what it looks like as you take him down.
Amazing. So yeah, I imagine she kind of drops Chimera like a little bit down as she continues to descend forward just a little bit so that she is at the one side of this tower, and immediately with her other hand, as soon as she drops Chimeran with her other hand up, uh, shooting at this other crossbowman, and immediately this arc of for anyone down below, you see like this arc of lightning stretch across the towers and incinerate this skeletal soldier as he turns into like this pile of dust and ash.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like this clang as like the remnants of his armor kind of like slam into the stone that remains on the roof of this this tower. Just obliterated. Okay. The two of you have touched down. So I'm going to mark that out so we know you're both on the ground as of right now, at least. And Chimeran, it is your turn.
Perfect. So I am going to use this opportunity to hit this crossbowman that's right in front of us. Hopefully. 23 to hit.
Yes.
Perfect. And I get to use my sneaky damage because I haven't been able to do that. So we're going to do that.
All right, you have a friend standing next to you.
Yeah, I want to obliterate this thing. So that is a total of 28 points.
Holy shit.
17 of which is the sneak.
And this is from your
The rapier. The rapier of glass, yeah. So it's
stained
magical.
glass one. Okay, so that is magical.
Yeah.
So he's going to take all of that. So yeah, you can describe how you end that skeleton.
So I think it's the same thing. As Sylvie is obliterating the one across the way. It's almost like we're like in tandem, but almost back to back, except in this case it's forward to forward. While she's destroying that one, Chimeran swings with his sword and just slices right down into this crossbowman, completely disintegrating it with the blow as it falls. And then we'll turn and wink at Sylvie.
All right, both of
And
the
how
tops
high are we?
about 20 feet off the ground.
I think I'll use this chance to try and climb down. My speed is 40, so I should be hopefully able to climb down.
Okay.
It all.
Yeah. Give me either an athletics or an acrobatics, if you would, please.
I will do acrobatics.
Figured.
14.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. So there is like a stone on the outside that you could climb down, and it's definitely kind of like pitted and worn to the point where you could probably easily get hand and foot holes. There is also like a lot of holes in the top, and you can see where it looks like there was once a like access through a trap door with a ladder, but the ladder is long since like fallen apart. It is no longer working that way. So, did you want to try to deftly make your way down inside the tower or on the outside?
Probably would rather take my chances on the outside.
Okay. So, you could stand on the bridge side where you're kind of like in between.
Yeah, like right there, I guess.
Okay,
Right there.
cool. All right. That was Chimeran, the pikeman.
Oh, and as a bonus action,
Oh, yes.
I would love to give so let me just read that again, sorry. Bonus action. Give help action to well, it's too late now because I went down and now he can't see me. Never mind. I won't do that this time.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action to hide. Let's do that.
There you go. All right,
I'll
go ahead and
hide.
roll a stealth.
Oh, that's a 30.
Okay, so yeah. Chimeran the chameleon disappears. Except, that you can see where the radiant
The lights around me.
like stained glass glow is emanating from nowhere. Okay, so the pikemen are up. Vera, this one is coming up behind you here. Do they have reach with those? Ooh, they do. So he's going to stop here, and he's going to attack you with his pike. What is your armor class?
15.
15. Oh no, what a bad start to the night. He criticaled you with his rusted pike.
Of course he did.
So he's going to deal piercing damage to the tune of, oh my god, 16 points of damage. He maxed out his critical.
Yeah, so Vera's going, help, 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 and then screams.
Yeah, it was absolutely like that spike that's at the top of a pike. He just like completely drove that into the back of your thigh.
Yeah, that's just peachy. Okay, 16, you got it.
Oy vey. Let's hope that's not an indicator for the whole evening. All right, so that's the pike. Oh, there's another pikeman. 2 pikemen. He closes with you, Guillaume. What is your AC?
My AC is 15, but I am wearing my cloak of displacement. So it'll
Which
be
gives
disadvantage.
them disadvantage? Okay.
Yes.
So the first roll was a 19. This one is an 11 plus. You said your AC is 15?
15.
He misses you.
Okay.
Barely.
Thank goodness. Because that cloak of displacement stops working for the rest of the turn if I get hit.
Okay, so yeah, it was close. But I imagine there's like maybe even a flourish of this like capelet or cape that, this thing actually is made to look like. And, his rusted pike instead, clangs off of the stone floor of the switchback here. Okay, there's both of the pikemen. It is the crossbowman's turn. There's only one of them remaining at the moment. He is going to clamber up onto the road and is going to... He has the range, I think. He's going to shoot at you, Sylvie. He does, but it's at disadvantage. Just outside of his normal range. So, but he is going to try anyways because he's a skeleton and he's dumb. You also have cover because you're elevated. So I'm going to say a further +2 to your AC. Which you said was a, 17?
I have a 15 originally, 15. So that'll be a 17.
It'll become a 17. Okay. Mm-hmm. Disadvantage gives him only a 12, so that's a miss. You hear that kind of taut spring of these rotted cables that they use on their crossbow, and the bolt kind of hits the rampart of the tower that you're kind of on the back side of. You hear it just kind of harmlessly clack off of it and spin off into the ravine beside you. That was all the crossbowmen. Okay, that's the end of round 1. Back to the top. Now that there are skelly soldiers on the field, one of them is going to attack. And I think he's going to attack you, Lox. You took the dodge action, so that gives him disadvantage, I believe. What is your AC?
My AC is 17.
Okay, misses you with a 15.
Cool.
Yeah, so whatever it is that you wear as protective armor, it just does not, it's not able to bypass and score a hit on you. Okay, that is all of the enemies. Oh, wait a second. I forgot their bonus actions. Wait. Blink. Like 10, 15, 20. How far do they move? Oh, they actually can move. Oh. This one is absolutely moving away. So both Lox and Vera, if you have melee weapons drawn, you may take opportunity attacks.
That nat 20 on my first roll.
Oh, okay.
On the opportunity attack there. So 29 total.
Okay, yeah, absolutely hit. I don't imagine it's going to survive the damage.
I got a 23, so depending on what he does for damage, I can hit it also.
Okay, yep. Also will connect.
Okay, so I got 11 on my roll, and then I add max, right? From that?
So
okay.
Take your dice maximum and all your modifiers, and then you roll and add your modifiers a second time.
Okay. So 15 plus 11. So that's 26 total on my crit.
Okay. Yeah. You obliterate this thing. What does it look like?
I think it turns to run, and I just sort of slice my saber through its body, and the enchanted steel just like parts the bones like butter, and he sort of topples in 2 halves and becomes ash upon the ground.
Immediately after that happens, Vera's sword perfectly slides through where it was standing.
Absolutely. If his head had still been there, it would have not been attached any longer.
She was just a little slow, just not that crit.
Perfect. Okay. That one is dispatched. Okay, so they have now all gone. Lox, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see if I can make it over to these pikemen. That's 5, 10, 15. Oh, I think I can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just going to put myself between these 2 pikemen. And let's dish out some attacks here. I'm going to attack number 10 there first. Ooh. Okay. Following up the natural 20 with a natural 1 on my second roll there. So that's only balancing out the scales.
Okay.
I see. Okay. So that was roll number 1. Does anything bad happen with a crit miss?
No.
Okay, cool. And then second attack, I'll go ahead and swing at number 10 again there. 10 on the die, 19 total to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. 12 damage on that attack.
Okay. What does it look like?
This pikeman turns and brings up their spear, and Lox kind of grabs the spear, twists it out of his hand, and shoves him backwards with it, and then stabs his saber down into the thing's eye socket and sort of shatters the skull. And then he like flips the spear around in a cool way, and now he's holding the spear and the rapier. Narratively, not mechanically. He's narratively holding the spear. And I think that'll be my turn.
Okay. Next up, we have Guillaume.
All right. Feels a little early to pull out the big guns, but I'm doing it anyway. I am going to fly up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and then like 40 feet straight up. And I am going to just aim down and start cackling wildly. Guillaume is just like you see at the edges of his fingertips, like little sparks start to form, and flying up above all of these skeletons, he just starts like, yeah, and then just full fireball straight down at the ground at the center point, like right here, to try to get all 4 of these guys in a fireball.
All right. By the way, did somebody add little wings to Guillaume and Sylvie? Where'd those come from? Who knows how to do that?
I feel like I might have done that last time, but I have no idea how.
Me either. That's why I was like, how did that happen? That's amazing. Okay. Yeah, fireball. You need what, dexterity saving throws?
Yes. You're looking for 17.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
And I'm gonna roll this damage anyway.
One of everything, so at least one of everything. You said what is the
17?
It's 17. Whoa, holy balls.
We're up to are we level 9?
I think so, yeah.
That's what I have. That's a +4 proficiency, and I got 5 intelligence.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled really poorly on my damage, though.
That's a 16, so that's a fail. That's
no, I didn't.
Way less than that, so that's a fail. The other pikeman, still a fail, and the crossbowman. Okay. They all failed.
31 points of fire damage to all 4 of them.
So what does it look like as you obliterate all 4 of these?
I think it's like those little sparks accumulating at kind of the slightly charred tips of his fingers. They almost just shoot downwards as like a little cluster of sparks. And that little cluster of sparks, right as it hits the ground, or like a space probably like 5 feet above the ground, they just like it's almost like it ignites the air around it as the spark hits the space, and then just expands out like almost like a nuclear mushroom cloud type expansion of just immediate compression and expansion. And it just engulfs the 4 of them to the point where I think that they just like charred husks of what were once skeletons crumble.
Absolutely. Yeah, that the mist in that area is all like instantly vaporized. It just like disappears, and there's this like perfectly spherical void, like, you know, where this fire had just kind of like burned all this stuff off, and then slowly it kind of starts to fill back in as it creeps along the ground.
Guillaume just has the biggest smile on his face. Like that's clearly there's something about that spell that is just like feels good to cast. Like he almost looks like he just like took a hit of something. Like he's a little euphoric, kind of giggling in the sky.
The fire gleaming in his dilated pupils.
Yeah, you just see the reflection of just like fire.
Amazing. All right. We've got one pikeman remaining on the field. Vera, it is your turn.
Vera is going to Eldritch Blast the pikeman that is going after Locks. And she gets 2 of them. So the first one is a 20 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
That is terrible damage. That is a 1 on the damage.
Ooh, yep.
That always hurts. And the second one
Zap.
is a 19.
Also hits.
And the damage on that one is a 10. So I too
11.
am taking crits for crits.
All right, yeah. Okay, that does still leave him up, not by much, but he is number 9. 11 damage total. He's still kicking. But he's probably like missing a leg or something because this Eldritch Blast has completely, almost completely taken him out.
And I do not have any bonus actions to do.
Okay. All right, then it becomes Sylvie's turn.
Okay, so the guy looks dealt with, or he will be soon. Sylvie wants to look ahead across this bridge, see if she can see anything.
Yes, so you're going to make a perception roll, but
Okay.
He said, falling for time. From the height of either tower, perception checks for surveying the surrounding area can be made at advantage.
Ooh. That's great, because my first roll was a 1. I got a 15.
Okay. All right, 15 perception. So from up here, you can see down into these this ravine that kind of separates you from the castle wall. And you can see there are entire armies worth of remains down in these places. And it doesn't really look like much was done with these remains. Like they literally fell into this place and have remained there since. So you can see all matter of like gleaming little trinkets here and there, kind of scattered throughout the bones and the rusted metal and the rotten wood of like the siege equipment and their weapons and armor and things. So it definitely looks like it might be kind of an untouched treasure hoard to some degree. You don't know how many valuables are down there necessarily, but your guess is that there's at least a few. It's difficult to see into the castle from where you are, just because the wall is taller than these, like these receiving gate towers, because this is like where the drawbridge comes down and like touches the ground here. So other than just kind of like looking through the opening where the drawbridge leads to and kind of into the courtyard, you don't really get a good look into the courtyard other than that. But you can see down back the way that you came, quite some distance. You can see, Manchelona kind of off in the distance and things of that nature, as well. You can see that the fog in this area that kind of fills this ravine, it seems to kind of like cover the ground in the Stiletto Pass here, seems to be emanating from the castle grounds.
Okay. How does the drawbridge look? Does it look like it's gonna fall
There are definitely parts of it that look like it could be a little hazardous to cross, but the boards are thick, and you can see that there is a lot of traffic that has traveled over them in the time that it has been here. So,
Okay. Sylvie is going to try and make her way down this tower.
okay, same question that I posed to Chimera. Do you want to go through the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Okay. All right. Roll me either an athletics or an acrobatics.
I will roll athletics. It's a 12.
Okay. So, you have a little bit of a difficult time kind of making your way down inside. There's a lot of like broken pieces from like the supports on the roof and things of that nature that have kind of like created a not clean opening kind of going down. And as you kind of like start your way down, start your climb, you're at first kind of like using some of those things to facilitate your climb down. And at some point, you put your weight on one of these beams, and it just literally cracks like right underneath your weight as soon as you shift. And there's a moment where you almost go tumbling face first down to the bottom of the tower that is filled with like broken rubble and broken furniture. So you kind of catch yourself and kind of wait for things to settle, make sure nothing else is going to like fall or come loose, and then you're able to continue the descent down and reach the bottom. When you get to the bottom, you are in the right tower. You can see that the door on this tower is fairly well blocked by a bunch of stuff that's kind of piled up to the back of the door, your side of the door. You see like skeletal remains of several people that are like up against the door, where it looks like they probably were trying to either barricade this door and then died here, or were trapped inside and trying to get out. It's kind of hard to tell at this point. But if you would like, you could roll an investigation check for me, please.
I would like, yes. Oh, wow, that's a 25.
Okay. So you find several things of note. Maybe like whatever it was that you dislodged, like fell and like caused like something to hit like a section of cloth that pulled with it and like managed to uncover like a body that was laying there. You find apparently somebody was stealing or something. You find about 500 gold pieces worth of jewelry. In addition to, you also find a Kitachio eye patch. So remember the eye thing that Vera has? It has like that, like turquoise and blue and black. You know what I'm talking about? No?
Mm-hmm.
Based on the like the evil eye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There is an eye patch that this person is wearing, and it, with blue sapphire and moonstone, it is decorated to look like one of those Kitachio eyes. And that alone is worth 2,500 gold pieces. And then in addition, you find a strange looking satchel. Let me go back to art. It's kind of rugged and worn, made of leather, and it has a like gold symbol of Palor, like on the front of it, the sun god.
Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, Sylvie's gonna take this satchel. She's gonna open it up and take a look inside of it.
You see several vials inside of it. Let me see something real quick. Roll me a d4.
3.
Okay. So of the vials that were in this, there are 3 that are remaining. And despite the time that this has sat here, untouched and kind of rotting, the what looks like water inside of these vials doesn't have any kind of growth in it. There's no like green. Doesn't look like it's stagnant, which is surprising.
Okay. Sylvie's going to not risk opening anything right now. Though.
Okay.
Is she able to kind of take a closer look? Well, no, I don't think that she would do that right now. I think she's going to store it away to show Guillaume later.
Okay.
Maybe, or like take a closer look at it. I don't think now is the time. So she will store all that away. You said she also has that eye patch that's like the evil eye?
Yeah, it is a... Put it in our Zoom chat here. If I can find it again, there we go. Taccio. Okay.
Well, Sylvie is obviously going to show that to Lux when he is not engaged.
I forgot entirely that he has an eye patch. Whenever I rolled for that.
I mean, also Sylvie thinks this is like fabulous. Like she wants to maybe create a dress out of this or like an outfit or something. So she would absolutely want to show Lux and then offer to make him a suit that's inspired by this evil eye patch. So she makes a mental note of that. And because fashion, never stops, even when you're fighting the undead.
Exactly.
So, cool. Awesome. She, I think, is then going to just wait for the others.
Yeah. And I imagine, too, that's, about what you got with your 6 seconds, too, climbing down and then found this. Well, hey, look. Awesome, cool stuff. All right. Next up is Chimeran.
From my vantage point, can I see the top of the tower? Would I have noticed that Sylvie vacated the top of the tower and that she has not yet reappeared?
I don't know that you necessarily would know that she had left the top of the tower.
Okay.
You definitely heard something fall and crash down inside the tower. There was something heavy. It fell and like clattered into the stuff that was on the bottom.
Oh dear, that would make his heart stop for a second. So where's the door? Is it on this backside?
Yes. So you would basically be like right on the outside of it where you currently are.
I think
they definitely face the drawbridge.
Yeah, in his worry and hearing that crash, he'd be trying this door.
Okay.
And I know it's barricaded, so I'd be like,
I need you, if you would please, roll an athletics check.
Yeah, that's not going to work very well because I weak. That's a 7.
No.
7. So
you slam into the door, an ego style.
Yeah, I was gonna say you know that scene where he's like banging. That is Chimeran right now. Lox! Lox, I need you! Yelling out, Sylvie, are you all right? But I will, momentarily panicked for Sylvie, who I think has fallen and has got her head burst open on whatever ground is in there, and I'm panicking. So
Yeah, absolutely. And Sylvie, inside, you hear the door kind of rattle on its rusted hinges, and then you hear Chimeran calling out from outside. Skeleton pikemen. Do we have any of those remaining? Let me see.
got one.
There's one.
Lox.
Yeah,
Yes,
one next
ooh,
to me.
One right next to Lox. All right,
I'd
he
love
is
to
going to
see
try
him
to
try.
swing at you. Ooh. You said it was a 17, your AC?
Yep, 17.
Okay, misses you with a 14. As of right now, you're simply in too close. He's got too much of his pike kind of extended outward, and he basically is just kind of like harmlessly like hitting you with the haft of the weapon. Not really able to get kind of reined back in order to make a proper attack at you. He is then, however, going to move. So you get a swing at him if you would like.
Uh, 14 to hit.
It is a hit.
Okay. 14 damage.
Okay. Yeah. So you describe what it looks like as you cut him down as well.
So we're sort of locked in this melee, and he's trying to he starts trying to back up to put some distance between me and him so he can use the spear effectively. And I sort of in parrying him, I sort of end up behind him, and I just reach up, wrap my arm around his skull, and just kind of twist it off like I'm breaking his neck, but there's nothing there. So the head just pops clean off, and the body sort of falls, and there's this plume of dust. And Lox is kind of, and he just like looks at the skull in his hand and sort of tosses it away, and then looks for more enemies.
It's again like in my mind, at least, all of these are in these like conquistador style, like metal crested helms. Very much what I see. Perfect. So that was the pikeman's turn. The crossbowmen, there are none. Soldiers, there are none. Lox, it is now your turn.
Okay. I sort of take a glance back toward Vera and make sure that she's good and still following behind me. And then I will use my full movement to start moving towards the bridge here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll go ahead and do a double move. I'll do a little jog over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Do you have the ability to do that? Like do you have rogue levels?
I just do the dash action as my action.
Oh, right. Because he was already dead. Never mind.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
The
attack
blended
happened
together and
before my turn. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you basically just freed up my action for me with the opportunity attack, so that was great. And yeah,
thanks,
that's
friend.
my turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, skeleton.
You kind of run right under Guillaume, kind of hovering in the air, cackling like a madman, towards the bridge. Speaking of a madman, Guillaume, it's now your turn.
Yeah, as I see Lox run below, like, did you see that? They all burned. And then I will. I think I'm just gonna book it towards the bridge since I kind of want to. I don't want to split us up too far, and I know Vera's, but she's coming close behind, so I will. Yeah, I'll move up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I'm flying, so I have 60. Is there a door to this other tower?
There is, yes. That door stands open.
I'll pop my head in and just take a quick peek inside, see if there's anything obvious.
Yeah, you can see the roof of this one fared far worse than the other. There's a lot of like moonlight streaming in from this one, and you can see that there is enough like debris and dead, overgrown vines and things that if you wanted to try to get into this tower, you'd have to. Well, you're flying, so probably not you, but a person without flying would have to like clamber over all of this stuff that's kind of choking the doorway. But just from what you can see, most of everything in here, if there was anything, is like completely buried in broken pieces of the tower.
Okay, well, in that case, I will pop back out and I will just I'll fly another 30 feet and kind of hover over the bridge. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'll just kind of hover. Again, I'm kind of just trying to look for anything that seems trapped. I might even actually fly like under the bridge just to do a quick check of if there's anything underneath that we should be worried about. Just so I can kind of warn my companions before they try to cross.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Okay, that's a decently good roll. An investigation is intelligence, so that's a 19 overall.
Okay. You fly underneath, kind of like look up at the underside of this drawbridge, and you can see that there's definitely a lot of rot on these boards. That these have been here for a long time, and it looks like maybe some kind of worms, some kind of insect have like bored holes and stuff kind of all through them, especially here on the underside of them. But you can tell that the boards on the left side look as though they have been replaced more recently. They don't look as rotten or as eaten, and your guess is that they're probably a little more sturdy than the right side.
Okay, perfect. So I think I'm close enough that I'll just call back to everybody. To the left! To the left! All of you single file to the left.
All right. Somebody roll 2d4 for me, please.
I will not be doing that.
Kenya says no.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. All right. More skeletons. Oh, oh. Oh, Vera. You have a line of these skeletons that are waiting to just usher you past, just wave you on through as you catch up to your friends. All right. Vera, it's your turn.
I will be hauling my little bardic booty towards my friends.
Bardic booty.
30,
All right.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It'll be a double moving.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Bustle hustle.
Yes, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a cast. No, never mind. I'm not going to do it yet.
Okay. Let's see.
Lox, do you still have your bardic inspiration from before, or did you use it?
I do. I haven't needed to use it yet.
Okay. She's going to let's see, I think Sylvie's still inside. Guillaume's up the bridge. Can I see Chimeran?
Chimera's
Not.
Yeah.
panicking up against the door.
1, 2, 3,
Lox,
4,
a little help! A little help!
She's going to say, you've got this yourself, Chimera, and he's a little busy over here with all these skeletons. And she's going to give you a bardic inspiration.
I like how task delegation is now
Yeah.
bardic inspiration.
Exactly. She's a little panicked too.
I have the ability micromanagement, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Perfect. All right. That was Vera. Sylvie, it is your turn.
Yeah. Sylvie will come out of the tower.
Okay, so you're going to move some of the stuff that's blocking the door?
She's gonna try if she needs to make a roll.
Not from the inside. It's more just kind of a matter of like kind of kicking and pushing and shifting things out of the way. You eventually are going to be able to clear enough space that you can open the door, enough that you can squeeze through.
Okay, so yeah, Sylvie squeezes through. I think probably sees Chimera in there, and I heard a bunch of shouting. Is everything okay?
He like grabs you and he's looking at you, making sure you're not bleeding and that you're okay. I heard a terrible crash. You're okay?
Oh, yes, I'm okay. All of this debris broke my fall.
He looks at your very, well padded tush there. Because I imagine your clothing is like, for some reason I always picture Sylvie in like almost like a dress and skirts, even though we're adventuring.
They're always immaculately clean as well.
They're very clean. So he's just kind of checking, making sure you're all right, and I think gives you a quick little hug before we know that. I mean, we got to get back to battle, so
yes, important. So then, yeah, Sylvie's gonna see these other skellies and is going to, again with her lightning launcher, Jewel, is going to aim at crossbowman 10.
Okay. Yeah, you have absolutely no problem seeing crossbowman 10 through the towers here.
Ooh, it's rolled in that one, so that's only an 11 to hit.
No. Okay, so you try to fire kind of between these two towers, and there's maybe like a torch sconce or something on the outside of this tower, and you watch as your lightning kind of like arcs to the metal of that torch sconce at the last moment and kind of like hits that and kind of crackles up and down the outside of the tower, missing its target. Anything bonus action or additional movement?
Yeah, she actually has two. She can actually do 2 attacks per turn. So she's
perfect.
going to try to, and that's a nat 20. So
okay.
I think she might have I can imagine that maybe the gem shifted slightly in her fall. And so it was a little bit off kilter, and so she looks at it confused. She takes out her a little tool and ting 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 it back into place, and she's like, okay, and then she aims it again.
Still number 10?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Let her rip.
So do you do max roll
yes,
and then roll? Okay.
So yeah, whatever your max is for the spell plus any modifiers, and then you roll your dice and add your modifiers a second time.
Okay, cool. So that's okay, so that's 12 plus 16.
28.
Math is so hard.
No,
22 points of lightning damage.
So yeah, you again can describe the obliteration of skeletal crossbowman number 10.
Yeah, I think that the blast almost surprises Sylvie as she recalibrates it, and she almost shocks, like her arm kind of flings backwards, as this arc of lightning streaks across the sky and hits the crossbowman, kind of resulting in again the disintegration. And she looks down at her jewel. She's like, ah, I fixed it, she says, to no one in particular. And yeah, that is her
Awesome.
turn. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Sylvie, it is now your turn, Chimeran. You muted, Karen.
I think I'd learn. Is the
Nah.
ground under skeletal soldier number 13 something that I can get to? Like that's not part of a. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
My sword is making it really hard to see.
So, like, this is all like what they would call, I guess, what is it called, screed, where it's like all like broken
Screed?
pieces of like shale and
Yeah.
like loose rock. So there's definitely ground that you could stand on there. It's just it's got quite a bit of an incline, and the footing is not great.
Okay, perfect.
We'll call it difficult terrain.
Okay.
Is that the term, screed? I don't remember.
Scree.
Scree. That's what it is. Thank you. I was close.
Okay, my movement is 40, so I should be able to get there. It's 25 away, so even if that's difficult terrain, I should be able to pass it. So, Chimeran gives Sophie, oh my, I'm gonna do that all night. Gives Sylvie a peck on the cheek. Beautiful shot. And then speeds on over to skeletal soldier number 13 to try to smack it with the sword, the rapier. Ooh, that's a 13 to hit.
13 is enough to hit.
Oh,
wait,
nice.
wait. I'm sorry.
Oh,
wait.
no.
I may have lied. He is a soldier. No, that actually misses him.
Misses. Okay.
He has a slightly better armor class.
All right. When I make a melee attack against a creature, because I have mobile, I will not provoke attack opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn.
All right.
So I think what I'm going to do, that was my move, my attack. So bonus dash, I'm going to dash. And when I dash, difficult terrain does not cost me extra movement.
Hey, okay.
So I'm going to dash on over to a crossbowman so that he can't shoot his bow very effectively.
Okay, there you go. Okay, that was Chimeran Skelly Pikeman's turn. We have none on the field. Okay, now for the crossbowman. This crossbowman is standing closed with you. This one going to move here. And is going to shoot at Vera. Vera, your AC was 15, is what you said? Yeah. Okay. Misses you wildly with his rotten crossbow with an 8. Okay. The one that is closed with you, Chimeran, is... What is he going to do? Oh, I know what he's going to do. He's going to reach out and try to grapple you.
That's unpleasant.
So you need to make an athletics or an acrobatics, whichever you choose.
I will choose acrobatics. I'm a squirmy little devil. That's 15.
He got you with a 19. So you come up to close with this crossbowman, and he literally kind of like reaches out and grabs a hold of your clothes and kind of like pulls you in close to him. And you can feel like his bones kind of moving in a really unnatural way as you're kind of like trying your best to get out of his grip. and you're just not able to do so yet. Okay. Back to the top of the round, the soldiers get to go. 5, 10, 20, 25. That one's going to close with locks. Close with Chimeran. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 30. He hustles, kind of catch up to where you're getting away, but is not going to be able to reach anybody for an attack. However, Locks, this one is attacking you and misses abysmally. And the one that is attacking you, Chimeran, swings at you with his... Okay, or not. So they are all making desperate attempts to try to arrest your forward progression and are failing miserably. Locks, it is your turn.
Okay. I think Locks sort of shouts for everyone's benefit, but in Vera and Chimeran's direction. I think we need to get in the castle now. And he's kind of like, let's finish off these skeletons and get inside while we can. And I'll take a swing at the skeleton next to me here, number 13.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 14 to hit, which I think hits. Yeah,
it does. Yes.
Cool. And then, max damage 15 on that attack.
Okay, that will take him out.
Dope. Okay, cool. I wonder if I should go help Chimeran clear those guys out before I go into the castle. I know I just said we need to get inside the castle, but
A little help, my friend.
Yeah, I really don't want to watch Chimeran get killed by skeletons. I'm gonna go help. 5, 10, 15. Oh, maybe I should kill this guy on the way. 20. Just a quick errand, and then I'll be there. Just give me a second.
An impulse murder. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, only 12 to hit. I don't think that hits.
Ooh, not against a soldier. No.
Damn.
No,
okay.
none of them. So yeah, it clatters off of the remnants of his armor.
Okay. I could Misty Step as a bonus action, but I think I'm going to save it because that would be my last spell slot. Yeah, I'm just going to hold there, I think.
Okay. That brings us to Guillaume.
Okay. I am gonna fly probably about 35 feet up this way. And then I'm just gonna spit straight fire, yo. Because I drank a fire breath potion last session and I still have 2 charges left on it. And
All right.
I will go for skeletal crossbowman number 9 to try to help Chimeran out, get a little bit less fewer enemies on him. It's a DC 13 dexterity save.
What is the cone size on it? You know,
It's actually just at one target. It's at a target within 30 feet of you.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I know. I thought it was like a line or a cone, but
Yeah,
it's really just like bonus action spitfire at one dude.
Okay. And it's a saving throw situation, or
Yes, it is. So it'll be 4d6 on a failed save.
Dexterity again.
Yes, Dex.
Okay. Pike. Oh, this is a crossbowman. Yeah, no, he failed.
12 points of damage.
Okay. What does it look like as you kill him?
I think this time, because it's from this potion, it's this, this orange liquid that he kind of just like spits straight at him. And I think it's like a sticky substance or something that sort of covers him and immediately starts spreading out in between all the little bones and the little spaces in his armor and his skeletal structure, until it literally just burns the the any ligaments that are still holding the bones together until like so slowly it's just like one piece falls from his elbow and then like his shoulder just cracks off and eventually like the head just kind of topples to the side as the conquistador helmet clatters to the ground. And then
Fantastic.
actually I think that's a bonus action, so I will go
Wow.
ahead. Yeah, I know, right? That's potions, man.
Incredible.
There's a reason I bought a bunch of them before we got started this. And then I guess I will just firebolt at the next closest one, which is oh, I forgot to move myself. Let me do the measure real quick. I'll move 40. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And then I will go for I'll go for the guy that's on locks so he can do. Oh
Okay.
wait, does your parry cost anything? Just your reaction.
Oh, my shield spell?
Oh, that was a shield. No, whatever you were using to kill them on their turn before. I'm just wondering if.
Oh, that was just
Well,
opportunity attack,
yeah.
which is his
Oh, it was
reaction.
okay. He was moving.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll go for 11 then. Yeah, I'll firebolt at 11. And that is a nat 20.
Okay.
That makes me very happy.
Wow.
I don't roll those a lot. And so 10 plus D10, 13 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, what does it look like?
This one I think it's almost like the force of the fire bolt just kind of slams into the center of him. I think that was a soldier, so he might have had some sort of armor on or something. So it just kind of like,
Definitely.
yeah, just kind of center mass. The flame kind of spreads up real quick, but he just falls kind of in one piece.
Absolutely. Splatters
And then
to
I'll
the ground.
move like 20 feet back. I'll just kind of move on top of this other
Okay.
turret.
All right. Vera, it is your turn.
Okay. Vera is going to I guess she's going to take her 2 Eldritch Blasts at Skeletal Crossbowman 8.
All right.
Can you just accidentally close? I did not. Okay. Number 1. Oh, really well. 11.
For a crossbowman, no, it was a miss.
Number 2. 27.
That's a hit. Everybody's very feast or famine tonight.
I know. 3 force damage.
Okay, he was fresh, so he takes 3.
She is then going to move her 30 feet back towards the bridge.
All right, kind of falls back past Sylvie,
Yep.
as well as Guillaume, kind of up on the tower.
And that's her turn.
Okay, perfect. Sylvie, it is your turn.
Okay, so yeah, again, Sylvie, I think is just gonna keep trying to snipe. Yeah, snipe the crossbowman number 8 as she's
All right.
providing this. She's gonna move out a little bit, I think, to get like a better vantage point.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, this
She
one
is
just took a
trying
little
to-
bit of damage from Vera, so
Mhm.
kind of opened itself up.
It's a 21 to hit,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
which is gonna do 10 points of lightning damage.
Okay, yeah, and you finish it off.
Amazing. Again, Vera, you see this streak of lightning point, come screeching. Or sorry, Lox, you see this point come screeching beside you, this arc of lightning. And then almost immediately it's followed by another arc at. Can she get at 11 without hitting Chimeran?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So she's going to aim at
I don't
that,
know why that one's named
at that skeleton
Logan
with
as well,
a
but
19 to hit.
we'll also hit him.
For 8 points of lightning
8
damage.
points. He was unharmed as of yet, so he takes 8, but is still kicking.
Cool. So yeah, you see these quick succession blasts, and that is Sylvie's turn.
All right, so look, these 2 lightning bolts or like these lightning arcs, like on either side of you, Locks, like left side and then right side, like zap right past you. The hairs on the back of your neck gonna like stand on end for a second. All right, that was Sylvie. Chimeran, it is your turn.
I'm going to swing at the nicely lit up, sparkly skeleton as he's recovering from this electricity blast.
You hear his teeth chattering.
Yeah. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, we'll hit.
Okay, I don't get sneakies, but that is max damage for 13 points.
And what does it look like as you finish him off?
It's almost amazing, I think, as the glass rapier kind of catches the skeleton that is still buzzing with the electricity, and it's like the sword glows even more for that precise moment as it hits it, and the skeleton just kind of almost explodes into tiny little bits and shards of bone as it's ended. And then I'm going to do all the dashy things. 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40. So my move will take me to here. Guillaume, you said the left?
Yes, left side. Left side.
And I will go all 40 more. Hoping I don't die as I run across the bridge as the guinea pig.
This one is dead. Okay. So, we are out of combat, and you are moving into the courtyard. So, we are going to switch maps. Alrighty, let me get our view a little more centered here. Where is your light there, Chimeran? Check on it's under characters. Yeah. There it is. Okay. So the area that you find yourself in now is the entrance of the courtyard. The ironclad. Oh wait, artwork. The ironclad portcullis yawns overhead like a row of pointed teeth, as the wind drives dried leaves to skitter across the ground like scurrying insects at your approach. Despite the creeping fog that clings to the ground here, you can tell the worn edges of the cobbled stones show your feet now tread the passage of thousands who have come before you. Everywhere your eye wanders, you catch decadently carved stonework in pointed archways and sweeping reliefs. And upon the visages of this magnificent artistry are the blemishes of bygone battles. Discarded bones of various humanoids are swept into the corners and against the bases of walls, mingled dismissively with broken branches and withered leaves. As you pass across the threshold of the gatehouse, I would like all of you, please, to roll a wisdom saving throw. All right.
This doesn't happen to be a charm effect, does it?
It is not, no.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Okay. So, Chimeran and Vera, you are able to somewhat kind of steel your nerves a little against this sensation, this feeling that you get as you kind of like cross this threshold. However, Guillaume, Sylvie, and Lox, the three of you feel like a cold chill run up your spine as you step over the threshold into this courtyard. There is something here that is not right. Like, I mean, you knew that you were coming to a place that was not going to be a great vacation spot, but like it's unsettling, it's unnerving, and it's hard to ignore. You feel like your group is absolutely not alone here. There is no mechanical effect to this. It's just you've got the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, I'm starting to think Zendivino was right and we shouldn't have come here.
There's a
It's
lot of
too late
things
to
we
turn
shouldn't
back
be doing.
now.
Is
Now-
it too late? I don't think it's too late. We just have to go back down the... Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
leave
too
all
late.
those women? Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Not only
Uh,
that, but the brides have seen us and we pissed them off a little bit. So we probably don't want to just leave.
Okay. So, directly ahead lies a covered entryway, housing the large double doors that serve as the castle's main entrance. So, straight ahead of you, where you see this torchlight, there's an opening in this wall here, leads in there. Within, torch sconces flicker defiantly in the whipping wind. The courtyard wraps to either side of the castle, both to the left and the right, with open archways piercing walls that cordon off additional areas to the grounds. Two smaller doors behind you open into the face of the gatehouse towers. I believe those are here, basically at the edge of Chimeran's light on both sides of you, in this wall back behind you. Anybody that is kind of taking care to kind of look around a little, you can roll survival checks.
I don't know if you guys used your inspirations or not, but don't forget about them.
Oh, good call. Definitely would still be within the 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. So, Vera and Chimeran, again, maybe it has something to do with not being as creeped out. Both of you recognize that there is the distinct pattern of wear on these cobblestones indicates wagon wheel travel. There's like a pair of like parallel ruts that have kind of like been worn a little more than just by foot traffic, and they follow the cobbles leading through the archway to the left, so off in this direction, what would be to the north on our map. You got an 18, Chimeran. In addition to that, Chimeran, you also noticed, however, that there is a distinct lack of any wear from horse hooves.
Vera will point out the wagon wheels to the group. You're muted, Karen.
Oh my God. How many times will I do that tonight?
I thought that was in character for a second. Of like, there
Guillaume,
are
stop
cart
casting
tracks.
silence
Oh
on
my
me.
God.
Guillaume's got this little cantrip, is like plays on Chimeran all the time. Silence, silence, silence.
I hate my brain. I literally just had in my head, oh my God, Becky,
God,
look at
look
those
at that.
ruts.
They are so big. They're totally
So
lacking
big. Out the
horses
door.
and everything.
They look like one
So-
of those vampire vehicles.
It's just so whack.
So what I was trying to say and was unable to, because I was speechless, was there's tracks going north. Maybe we follow where the cart has been going. I mean, they would have taken the women with them, so that might be the fastest way to find out where they've been taken. And note, no horse hooves. Don't know what that means, but might be important. They lead to the north.
Yes, we go to the north. How many of us think that we're going to be really lucky and the carts will be there with the women still in it and we don't have to go in the castle?
I see a decided lack of hands here.
Okay. She'll kind of make this bowing, sweeping gesture for someone else to go first.
I will go first. I will be brave. I will be, except I can't move my character.
I will follow close behind Chimeran.
I also can't move.
Let's move Matt.
Oh, my bad. I guess because we're on a new map, that seems strange. All right, let me see here. Vera, you should be good. Marin, you should be good.
Oh yeah.
Locks, you should be good now.
Stop moving.
Guillaume, you should be good. And you should be good. Okay. Now that you all have autonomy, feel free to move about the cabin. All right. I like that the big ruts song is continuing in the chat.
I don't want to see that.
All right. So you can all move, if you'd like, all the way up to the archway that goes from front area here to the back. This is the direction we are headed. I'm going to get the map. A better position. Yeah. Okay. Fox and Gilmer, y'all still not able to move? Oh, there you go. Okay, good. Are you hanging back, Locks? Or are you coming up with everybody?
No, I just was typing a lyric really quick, and then I'm gonna move.
No, you're good. You're all good. I just wanted to make
It
sure.
was worth
Priorities.
it.
It was priorities.
Absolutely.
I'm reading the
Of
chat,
course.
and that was worth it.
Oh. Okay, let me see if I can remove some of this fog. No, that's not it. That's stable. I am drawing. Hang on just 1 second. Thought I had this set up, but it was incorrect. That not. Eight? I'm not going away. I have no idea what I'm doing. We're going to use the brush and hope that that makes it go away. Oh. You're just going to have to trust me. It's really cool.
We believe you.
Thanks.
Mhm.
All right. Feel free to talk about how utterly spooked out all of y'all are. What a creepy place this is.
I mean,
I'm spooked.
I know. Oh,
I'm
man.
definitely a little worried. I'm down 14 hit points, and there's that eternal, do I use a spell slot to heal myself, or do I hold on to it because I might need it in combat?
It worked. It worked.
Did we buy some potions? I thought we got some health potions.
We probably did. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
we
fine.
definitely did. We definitely
I
got
have
some
one,
potions.
yeah.
We've got a
I have
couple.
one.
I've
Yeah.
got two.
Don't save it for a rainy day.
I've also got one.
But what if I need it?
I think you kind of need it now, maybe.
Okay, while we're all kind of standing there as we're walking through the courtyard, Vera's gonna slide the healing potion out of her pack, and she's going to go ahead and drink that up.
Just she's got it in a flask, she's like surreptitiously like opening it up, taking a swig.
You know, it's one of those boob flasks. It's
Exactly.
definitely one of
Absolutely,
those, like,
it
down the
is.
front of the corset. Yeah.
It's either boob flask or a thigh high flask.
Yeah.
I mean, where else do you keep
Both.
flasks?
She's got both.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
That's true.
Red wine, white wine. No.
Yeah, I think Guillaume would like seeing her like drink from a flask. He's like, "Oh, it's that time. That seems like a good idea." And he'll just like pull out like a bottle of something, just like start passing it around. Like, I need something to take the edge off. Oh, you're drinking a health potion. This isn't that.
Well, she'll take that and take a drink.
This is just schnapps.
The schnapps.
Guillaume is absolutely a schnapps guy.
Yeah, probably.
I think he's a fireball guy.
I feel like he's going to invent the fireball shot when we get back to.
He's gonna say, "Gotta try this. It's got a real big kick."
Okay. So, you approach this archway and you can see into this next area here. Something small and dark slithers out of sight as you enter this sizable area that wraps around the northern side of the castle. High above, darkened windows seem to mark your trespassing with contempt. Tucked into the far corner is a solitary building with a wide set of double doors, affixed with a locked chain.
Well, unfortunately, that seems as good a place as any to start.
Does this look like a horse house?
But they
very
don't use
paltry one.
horses.
That's very true. The locked chain, though, that has me curious.
Yeah, horses usually just shutting the door works to keep them in. They're not great with doors. That's like one of their whole things.
I would like to approach the locked chain and try to
By all means,
give me
please
it open.
approach.
While Chimeran is doing that, Jeremy, Lox will get out his hand crossbow and load in a fresh bolt and sheathe his sword and sort of stand just over Chimeran's shoulder, kind of watching the door with the crossbow.
Right. Okay, Chimeran. Right here. That puts you up by the doors. Lox. Right behind. Like right behind? Like directly adjacent, if you would?
Yeah, I'll be right behind there. That's
All
good.
right.
Because then I can shoot into the door if I need to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Vera, you hanging back on your own?
Nope, I was just
No?
just waiting and didn't
Okay,
want to
yeah.
talk over everybody. So I'm
Nope,
just
not
kind
a
of
problem at
tooling
all.
along.
Just, before anything transpires, you just want to
Yes.
make sure I know exactly where
Nope,
everybody
absolutely.
is. Okay. Chimeran, what are you doing to this lock?
I'd like to try to open it.
Okay. Then I would like, if you don't mind, please. A dexterity check. If you have thieves' tools, you can use sleight of hand if you would like.
I would love to use sleight of hand. Oh, that's a nat 20. That's a total of 28.
All right. So even though this lock is decently made, it's probably one of the first pieces of metal that you've really kind of come across that is not rusted and pitted and ancient looking. But tell me how what it's like as you get this unlocked, and then what you do after.
I think there's a hesitation because it's been a very long time since Chimerans had to do this, to be honest. And so there's a lot of anticipation and maybe like setting up for it. Enough that probably Locke's standing right over his shoulder is probably wondering what on earth is taking Chimeran so long. And then Chimeran just kind of does the things with the tools, and it's almost like it happens immediately. There's like the click and the lock opens, and Chimeran is as shocked as anybody else because did not expect that to actually work. And then would just kind of look over his shoulder to Lox, kind of with the look like, what now? Now what? And then I think would gently start to remove the chain from the door handles, trying to make no noise or as little noise as we can.
All right, then that sounds like a stealth roll.
Much more that's a 31.
Oh, good lord. Okay. So you like unthread this chain from between like these large wooden like handles on the outside of this, and like the links of the chain don't touch the handle. It's like you're playing Operation. You just kind of like slowly pull this chain out without a single noise.
I have been watching Vera sew, and I am learning how to thread that needle really well. Once the chain is out, I will carefully put it down on the ground, stand and back up, and then turn to locks so that we could each maybe open up the door together.
Yeah, Locks kind of like nods, and with his free hand, will open up one of the doors.
Absolutely. Two of you each reach for one of the doors and grab a hold and pull these wide doors open, and they kind of creak, you know, with the heavy wooden construction that they're made from. And this is where we're going to take our break.
Oh,
So we're going to take a 10-minute break, go to the bathroom, refill your drinks, kiss your spouse, smoke them if you got them, etc., etc. Yeah. We'll be right back with the second part of part 2 of the Castille de Borjido. So yeah, sit tight. We will be right back. welcome back to the second half of session 28 of Evermore le Masquerade. This is the Castille de Borjido part 2. We are standing outside the horse house. Question mark. The chain has just been removed from the doors, and Chimarin and Locks are opening the doors. Locks right up next to Chimarin. Okay. You pull open the doors and they kind of creak open under their own weight. And you see inside, the interior of this small building is dominated by a familiar-looking carriage, clad in dark iron. Though reins are attached to its front, there is no other sign of any form of beasts of burden present. In fact, it looks like it would be hard, space-wise, to even fit them in this building with the carriage.
Is this the carriage from the vision?
Yes.
I'll carefully go kind of around it to the backside to see if, and on a prayer, there's someone still inside.
Much to your disappointment, no, it is empty. Though you can see like remnants of like maybe hay or something that are kind of like on the bottom, kind of strewn across the bottom of the carriage, and it's obvious that that something or someone have been in here. You see little like dark stains that look like they're probably dried blood in a few places. But no, there is not currently anyone in the back of the carriage.
I just shake my head. I turn to look at Locks and I just shake my head before starting my way cautiously back towards him.
Is there anything else in the horse house, or just this carriage?
Okay. Just the carriage itself, and then the what would normally be like the tack and bridle and stuff at the front end of it is all still attached.
Okay.
If either one of you would like, you could roll Arcana checks.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I refuse.
No.
I got a +2 on Arcana. Okay, 3 total. My roll. So
Can Vera roll one too?
Yeah, she wants to come and check
Okay.
it out.
Yeah.
yeah, Locks actually calls Vera. Like, Vera, come look at the carriage.
Is this what you saw?
Vera comes to look at the carriage and she gets an 8, so she too sees nothing.
Okay.
I suppose I could take a look at it as well.
Thanks, Guillaume.
It's a
You're
20
swell.
overall. Not Nat.
Okay. Guillaume, you walk in and are immediately drawn to the front side of the carriage, the reins and the tack and bridle and stuff that's on the front in particular. And you're noticing that, like, again, worked into the design work, like stamped into the leather. It's not merely just a decorative, like, repeating pattern of some kind or like woven braids of leather. There are runes that are cleverly kind of worked into the design of this pattern on the leather and on the reins. And you realize that this is a modified version of the Find Steed spell.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Okay. So it looks like there's a reason there's no horses. The horses and the cart are kind of what this is. I want to just does it seem like it would be an obvious way to like activate it?
Your guess would be from the driver's seat, the driver's bench on the front.
Okay, I'm curious enough. This is like enough of a, I think with the kind of brain Guillaume has, like as soon as there's like like a fun little puzzle, he's like, I totally forget about where I am or why I'm here, and I'm like, oh well, now I have to figure out how this works. And he's gonna just like hop up into the driver's seat and just try like a whip of the reins, see if that does anything.
When you get into the bench and you grab a hold of the reins and kind of pull the slack up, give them like a smart crack, there is like a purple rift that opens in the ground, like underneath where this like yoke of the wagon is formed, and from that rift in the ground, two disturbing like horse-like creatures crawl out of that opening, like shaking their manes from side to side. They are black, like black, and have you ever seen a horse that's like gotten itself like sweaty from running real hard, where it's got that like sheen on its surface? They very much look like that, but the sheen has a purple like flare to it, almost not quite fire, but kind of like a glow. Their eyes glow a brilliant purple light, and you notice that where their hooves like connect with the ground, they never actually touch the ground. They're almost like just a few inches above.
Yeah, Guillaume will like be like, whoa, oh, you are hideously beautiful. Oh, this is good. This is clever. This is, do you all see this, right? I'm not imagining this.
Sometimes I wonder how you can be so unbelievably brilliant and yet so
You could
not
stop there. Oh,
sometimes. Yeah, we all see the demon horses you raised.
okay. There's been times when I've been like, whoa, something crazy. And everyone's like, you're crazy. So just thought I would check, sometimes these sort of magic, it can be very, directional. You need to be in the right place to see what's going on. Um, these things are fucking cool though. That's really my point.
They're fantastic.
We're taking this, right? We're taking this.
If we live, yes.
Yeah, we're absolutely taking it. Yeah.
When we
This would be
leave,
really handy.
It'll be great. We're probably going to load all the women back up in it and take them all out of here. But could we not just automatically touch the things covered in runes that we find in the creepy vampire castle, please?
that is a good point.
Yeah, it
and
is.
he'll like hop down off the driver's seat, kind of like set the reins down, and just try to like real quick sketch out as best he can just a copy of the runes that are on this thing. This feels like one of the things he'd like to like look into later and see if he can recreate on his own in case we aren't able to take this with us.
Okay. Absolutely. Sylvie, you've been kind of hanging back through all of this, at least according to map position. You just kind of like chilling.
Yeah, Sylvie wants to like more so, I guess, keep like a broader view of this courtyard area, just so that she can look like here in this area, just to make sure that
Right.
there's nothing suspicious.
Okay. So I would like for you to make a perception roll at advantage, please.
That is a 20.
All right. You notice that like before you kind of like started moving forward, you noticed an individual like kind of move out of the deepest shadows, like kind of right down here. And he is kind of He looks very timid. And he's kind of stooped. It's hard to tell whether it's from old age or something else. But he is kind of making his way towards the doors of the carriage house, where you can hear the voices of your compatriots, kind of like like whispers coming out into the this area of the courtyard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you his artwork. Go ahead.
Immediately, I think that Sylvie would, as this figure is getting closer, you would hear like a whisper as Sylvie is going to wait for the man to get up closer, and then is going to kind of see if she can drop behind him.
Okay, yeah. This is kind of what this man looks like. He's dressed decently well, but it looks like his clothes are definitely dated and old, and he is rather old looking himself. Has kind of these long sideburns, this kind of receding hairline, has kind of a sad countenance to him. Very kind of a dark, deep, recessed eyes. You wait until he gets a little closer. Roll me a stealth check, if you would.
Yeah. Stealth is not Sylvie's strong suit. That is a 7.
Okay. He's pretty focused on what he's doing. Okay. And seems to pay you no attention.
All right.
Walks right past you.
Okay, Sylvie wants to kind of go up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to not touch him, but she's going to like raise up this jeweled section that she has on her wrist. Do not, whatever you are thinking of doing, I would reconsider your thought.
He kind of stops mid-stride, stiffens, recoils a little from the sight of the gem that you've kind of like, somewhat pointed at him. Definitely kind of fearful of what it might do. Forgive me, I am so sorry.
Who are you?
My name is I have it here somewhere. Hold, please. Where is the body?
Again, thought that was in character. That's the second time now I've been like something out of
I
character. I've been
thought-
like, oh, this is weirder than we thought. This is
Yeah.
fucked.
Dude was
What are these
going
people
through,
doing?
yeah.
I thought he
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
Like, oh no, they took his name.
He introduces himself as Pieroca Corvata. I'll put it in our chat as well here. Okay.
And what is what are you doing out here so late in the evening?
It is my responsibility to drive the carriage.
Ah. All right. I think it is time that you meet my friends that you were trying to sneak up on, she says, as she kind of like nods her head towards the door.
Yes. Of course, I was not trying to sneak up on them. I was trying to figure out what they were doing.
Both you will surely find out soon enough, she says, as she like prods him in and is like
Nudges him
looking
forward.
around. Yeah.
He kind of makes almost like a like a squeak kind of noise as he relents and moves forward towards the open door.
Sylvie's following behind. She's still going to keep an eye out just to make sure that their voices haven't carried at all.
Mm.
But yeah, she is going to, once he gets through the doorway, Sylvie's going to say to the rest, just, I found a lurker in the dark. He says that he is the carriage driver.
Yes, Pierroca, Curvata, he kind of says, and kind of almost like stoops even lower.
And what do you drive in the carriage, and who do you drive it for?
I don't ask questions. I drive what I am told. And I drive for my master.
Have you brought anything or anyone in particular lately? Anyone of note? Anyone not of note?
I should not say.
No,
Shakes
you
his head.
should. You definitely should.
Vera steps forward and where are the women that were in this carriage?
He visibly winces whenever you say this, almost as much as he did from Sylvie's carved gemstone. They are in the castle.
Where in the castle?
In the lower levels. In the dungeon.
Great, take us there.
He kind of like shrinks and shakes his head. I cannot.
Listen, friend, I understand. You seem like you're scared. Your master is maybe a scary person. I don't want us to be scary, even though there are 5 of us and we are well armed and clearly competent adventurers who could inflict any number of pains on any number of people. So I'm not going to threaten you like your master would, but I would strongly encourage you to work with us because this could make a much easier, happier outcome for you and for us.
Guillaume, roll an intimidation check for me, please.
Can
Would I be
my
able to argue advantage
Yep.
because we're literally surrounding him,
yeah,
well armed?
the same
Yeah.
thing, and Vera's glaring at him.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so that was let's see. Yes, first roll stands. That's gonna be an 11. I'm not good at intimidation. I'm usually more persuasive, but intimidation
Okay.
felt like the tactic.
Again, kind of like shoulders rolled forward, wringing his hands, and again, like has like the kind of like elongated, unmanicured nails, and there's kind of dirt underneath them. It's very obvious that while this man is dressed like a high-end servant, that he's probably not treated to a lot of luxury here. Whenever you kind of issue this ultimatum, Guillaume, he kind of again just he's been shaking his head the whole time, and he says, "Very well. If you insist on going inside, then it would be my pleasure," he says, and he straightens up, and all of you hear the snapping of bones as he changes before your very eyes. His
Let's give a
nails
quick I was hoping he was
elongate.
nice.
And his teeth lengthen. He takes on almost like a bat-like appearance in his face, and his eyes glow a dangerous primal red as you hear like a small like growl in the back of his throat like a hungry predator. I would like all of you to roll initiative, please. All right, what do we got here? Okay.
I have a question, Jeremy.
Yes.
Did our walking through the courtyard and everything we were doing as we were kind of in this stable, and because I'm a player, I have to reach, did this count as a short rest by any chance?
No, absolutely not.
I gotta ask. I gotta ask.
fair, but no.
Has
Nice
it been
try,
less
though.
than has it been less than 10 minutes so our bardic inspirations still exist?
No, I think it would probably be
Okay.
more than 10 minutes. You guys have kind of searched through the carriage house, and Guillaume sat on Santa's sleigh, and all right, so we've got Guillaume with a 19. I think you are up first. So you notice this change before it fully takes hold, and are able to act. What do you want to do?
Yeah. So I will say, like, oh, we were going to be friendly to you. And then I just want to reach out and place a hand on this thing's shoulder, and I'll just cast shocking grasp on it to start with. Then at
Okay.
least all of us should be able to run away if we need to. Make some distance.
All right. He does not have metal armor, so there won't be like an advantage or whatever. I think shocking grasp typically grants for that kind of situation. But go ahead and roll your
19 all told.
19 will hit.
Fantastic.
So he's got-
D8s. I need my 2 D8s. Where are you? Shit. All right, 1 D8 twice. 4, 2. So 6 points of shocking damage, and he loses his. Is it reaction or just opportunity attacks?
Let me see. Hold on, please.
I have it pulled up. Can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna check something real quick here. Oh, that spell is not in this book. Apparently. Hold on. I'm trying to look up a spell. I don't have it in my player's handbook.
That worries me.
I just need to see the wording on it, like the casting. Okay, it is a reaction. Ooh, okay. Okay. So in rapid response to you casting this spell at him, he makes a quick motion with his hand, and as he does so, he is going to gain resistance to that damage type until the start of his next turn, as he casts Absorb Elements. You watch as your spell kind of hits him, and kind of again, the electricity, the sparking kind of like dances along the exterior of his body a little more than you might expect it to. So you go ahead and roll your damage as normal.
Yeah, I got 6 damage.
6. Okay, so he's going to take 3. But he also now has some extra juice on his next melee attack.
Just wondering, never mind. I'm confused about like the turn order thing, because like I was hoping to suck away his reactions, but I guess he could take a reaction to me attacking him to cast that, because I
Yeah.
hadn't hit yet. Yeah.
Right. Everybody
Boo.
has a reaction, one reaction per cycle, essentially per turn. So he's now used his, so he couldn't cast the spell a second time, for example.
Well, he also can't. Now that I've hit him with shocking grasps, he couldn't do reactions anyway.
Right. Any kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right.
But
right,
he was
spell,
just smart and
also,
used it before he wasn't able to use it.
Right, because a reaction technically interrupts the thing that is causing it. So, okay. So he has a little bit of electricity on him now.
You know what? I guess
Mhm.
I'll use my bonus action and okay, if you're going to be like that with lightning, and I'll just spit my last fire charge because that lasted an hour.
There you go.
So a dex save.
Dexterity.
13 is the DC for that. And my dice got stuck in the tower, so I re-rolled them.
No, he failed.
Okay. So 14 points of fire damage.
Ooh. Thinking maybe he reacted to the wrong one.
That was like a magic feint. Make you
Right.
react this, and then that.
I barely even use lightning. Idiot.
A juke jolt. Okay. So yeah, he's kind of wreathed in flame for a moment as he kind of howls this otherworldly like scream. And are you staying put? Are you moving away?
Yeah, I guess I should make some distance.
It's up to you.
It's hard to tell with the light like this, but he's like right on the other side of the doorway, isn't he?
Yes.
Is the doorway like a 5 foot?
No.
Like, is it?
It is comprised of these two spaces right in front of Chimera and Locks.
Okay. Then you can move through other people's spaces as long as you don't end there, right?
As long as they're friendly. I think
okay. Cool. Then I am gonna
as difficult terrain. 10... So it costs you an extra 5 feet.
Oh, okay. So 10, 20, 25, 30. Or I guess I can go this way because I'm diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, 10, 20, 25, 30. Oh. Okay.
Okay. All right. That was Guillaume. Sylvie, it is your turn.
Would Sylvie be able to make maybe a religion check to see if she knows what these vials of what looked to be water were in those satchels?
Yes.
Absolutely. And their applications, maybe?
Mm-hmm. I would say Arcana or Religion, either one.
Ooh, okay. I think she might do Arcana.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 12.
Okay. I mean, you've seen enough of this in your time working with alchemical substances and other things like that I think that it would be perfectly logical that you would recognize that these are vials of holy water.
Okay. I think it would be reasonable. I don't want to be like too meta here, but I think it would be reasonable for Sylvie to, knowing that they are holy water and knowing that this is a monstrous thing, I think that she would try and throw one of these vials like open, like at the creature, try and do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all spent like at least a few days literally training with a vampire slayer. So yeah, absolutely would make sense.
Cool.
As of right now, you are right up against him. Do you basically just kind of like want to smash it on him, or do you?
Yeah, she wants to pull like like the bottle on the head kind of
right
move. Yeah.
Holy champagne, like
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, let's do a melee attack. But I
Okay.
would say that if you want to use finesse on this, that you could. If you want to use your dex.
No.
Okay.
No.
You have advantage though,
Sylvie is. Oh, do I?
from he's in between you and Cameron.
Oh, for flanking?
Yeah.
We can play with flanking. That's fine.
Oh.
Just
Well, yeah,
remember
I
that.
forgot your game. We typically don't. Never mind.
No,
Your
no,
game we
I
typically
don't
don't. I
mind.
forget.
It is definitely a rule that is always available. But
I forget. I'm sorry.
if y'all do, then so do I.
Ooh. I did get a 17 to hit
Yeah, absolutely.
without the advantage. I just rolled. Yeah, 17.
Okay.
So
So yeah,
then
you
that does
smash this on him.
2d6.
2d6, I believe, is the case.
So that's going to be 8 points of radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Okay. Everywhere where the liquid makes contact with his skin sizzles like bacon in a frying pan. And it like instantly blisters, and he howls in pain way more than he did from the fire or the lightning. You can tell that this is excruciating to him. And he turns those eyes in your direction, and you realize that like they're not red on the surface. They're not like red irises. It's like the inside of his like retina is like reflectively red. And he glowers at you like an animal from the dark.
I think Sylvie would grin and not such the quiet, sneaking little mouse now. And is it an action to... Because she wants to take out her quarterstaff. Is that an action to do that? Or a bonus
Yes, I
action?
believe so. Oh, well, although with a quarterstaff, I don't know. Because I don't know if you really like ever put away a quarterstaff. I guess you could sling it like across your back or something.
Yeah, your call. I'm not
I
sure.
think so. Just to keep with the drawing a weapon is an action.
Sure.
Sounds
good.
So
I don't think raw that it is. I think it's actually a free, like just to
you're
draw
right.
or stow your weapon.
You get
is
one freebie.
one freebie. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can open a door. Do this, that,
One
or
free
draw a
action.
weapon.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So go for it.
Okay. Then she's just
Good
gonna take out her quarterstaff then.
Right.
Get it ready.
Right. That was Sylvie. It is Lox's turn.
Okay. Oh, I'm within 5 feet of him. Okay, I'm gonna drop my hand crossbow. I'm gonna draw my bonded weapon as a bonus action, and I'm gonna attack him with said weapon.
Right.
24 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Okay, great. That's 3 on the die. 10 damage from my silvered rapier.
Okay, 10 damage.
And it is magical damage, if that matters.
It will. Yes, thank you.
Hey.
All right. Multitude of wounds already, but he is still very much viscerally in this fight.
Well, I've got another attack. Let's see if I can get him a little less viscerally in this fight. 12 to hit on the second attack.
That is a miss.
Okay. I am going to use my action surge and attack twice more. 15 to hit
is a miss.
Okay, last attack. Oh shit! Another 15 to hit. Dang,
You have your inspiration,
bad, man. I have.
Oh no!
No, I used it. Oh, feels bad. .jpg. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. That was Locke's. It is now Chimeran's turn.
Perfect. Chimeran is going to slash across his body with the rapier of glass. Oh, I rolled a 19 on the die, which is a crit with this weapon.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yes. That's exciting. Okay. So, quick as I do math. Does the crit apply with the sneak attack damage as well? Then
If you can apply sneak attack to this attack, then yes,
certainly
absolutely.
can. So that is okay.
Yikes.
This is going to hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Wait,
D60.
does that max the crit? Do you include
Uh-huh.
that? And then the roll of it too?
Uh-huh.
Oh
So
my goodness.
73 points of damage from a magical rapier.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. What does this grievous wound look like? He's not dead.
Oh,
But-
stop.
He's not dead. But what does this absolutely horrific wound look like?
So Chimeran slashed across the body, thinking, well, this, will do some damage. We'll try to hurt him. The shot, like the slice, is very true, and it goes across, basically from like shoulder down to hip on the other side. It is extremely deep, and what we see is like the skin of this undead creature is peels open, so we can see like really all of the insides are open to us. How he's still standing is probably a thought for another day that we're not actually trying to comprehend right now, because this is horrific, seeing this wound and he's still alive. Like, yeah, that was pretty ugly. So as a bonus action, I am going to give just trying to remember what aid does. Can aid help with a ranged attack? If so,
I don't remember what aid
aid
does.
5e.
Keep thinking of guidance whenever I'm what it does.
Not the spell. I don't want the spell. Aid. Help action.
It is bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to three creatures within range.
Yeah,
sorry,
not the spell. So
Oh.
help action. It
Help
gains
action.
aid gains advantage on the next ability check.
Yes.
So it doesn't necessarily it can be ranged. So I am going to give Vera, I am going to use my bonus action to do the help action to aid Vera on her turn against this creature.
Okay.
I can aid an ally in attacking the creature. So Vera.
Right, that's because you're a like mastermind or whatever.
Master of Tactics, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's a cool feature that they did, because it's usually an action to do the help action.
Yeah,
So you get to do it with your bonus.
And I think I'm going to move over to. I'm like, I can't move the guy because I'm on the YouTube. I want to move around. I must protect Sylvie. So we'll move. Yeah, we'll move over here.
Okay. You all but cleave this guy into halves, and then kind of step to the side like that, and you can see like you said, most of the internal organs that he has, they are like shriveled and dark, kind of more like a gray color than a pink color. if any of you have ever seen like the inside of a cadaver, it looks more like that. Any of the blood that you see, like because of severed organs or arteries or what have you, is thick and dark, almost like it's halfway congealed already. This is definitely not normal. Incredibly supernatural at this point. Vera, it is your turn.
Does it seem like this creature is focused on Chimeran or Sylvie for this? Like,
probably
Chimeran
at this point.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I have the help action. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to Eldritch Blast it, and maybe it has like 2 hit points left. A 25 to hit?
Absolutely hits.
Okay. Oh, that was supposed to be an advantage too, right? Yeah. That is 8 force damage.
Okay.
And do I have advantage on the second one too? Because of the help action or not?
No, I think it's only just one.
Just the one? Okay. Oh shit. Crit.
Oh no. Okay.
So 10 plus 7, so 17 force damage.
Wow.
So that's a healthy Eldritch Blast session.
17, so that's
17 and 8, yeah, so 17. Yep.
Oof.
25
Okay.
total.
All right. Despite it all, he is still on his feet. He's not looking the healthiest he's ever looked in life or in afterlife. But he is still alive. He whirls around towards you, Chimeran. Again, like the halves of his body moving around like tattered ribbons. But still, somehow he's somewhat in control of his limbs. And he is going to slash out at you with these enormous claws. What is your AC again, Chimeran? You're muted.
It's been a day. My AC is 16, but I am wearing leather. Oh, this is a slash attack, so it won't matter. But I am.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Just for further note, I'm wearing leather armor with that +1 neck shield. That'll give him a disadvantage if he tries to bite me.
Ah, okay. You know what? Actually, yeah. So instead of going with claw damage, he is going to forego that and grapple you instead. And then, with his multi-attack, he will follow up with a bite. He will be at disadvantage, as you just stated, but we'll see. Who knows?
Does he have to do the grapple? We'll do the grapple first, or
he did.
Does he automatically grapple me?
No, he automatically does. He can forego his damage and grapple instead.
Okay.
So yes, he has put you into a grapple, I guess would be the proper way to phrase that. Disadvantage. What was the AC again? 16?
Yeah, I have AC 16.
Okay. He hits you.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm a squirmy-ton, so I'm going to use my uncanny dodge to take only half of this bite damage.
All right. That's probably a good idea. Okay, you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage. And necrotic damage to the tune of... Oh. Okay. I'll describe this in just a second. To the tune of 14 points.
So then is that halved already or?
It is not.
Okay. So do you round up or down?
Always in the party's favor.
Okay, so then, okay, perfect.
Okay. So, the necrotic that you ended up taking, your hit point total is reduced by that much. Your maximum hit point total.
Okay,
So,
so
you
if I'm
cannot.
having it,
Yeah,
it would be
that's your
half,
new
yeah.
ceiling, essentially.
Right.
All of you watch as, with one hand, that's kind of on the lesser side of the lesser half of his body, he grabs a hold of Chimeran and in one like very quick motion brings Chimeran forward to his chest and his teeth down at the nape of Chimeran's neck and sinks his fangs into his flesh and drinks greedily. You notice as he does so that this fog that is creeping around on the ground like makes its way up his legs to the point where he is latched on to Chimeran's neck and seems to facilitate the drinking of Chimeran's blood. So he... How much damage did you take, necrotic wise?
7.
7 total, okay. He also somewhat knits back together. Some of his wounds partially close. Ow. Stabbed myself with my pencil. Okay. He slakes his thirst for the moment, rears his head back, fangs bared to the moonlight, and sprays Chimeran's blood kind of in an arc upwards in the air, and releases you and steps back, figuratively speaking, at least, kind of glowering at each of you. And he says, I am only the first one. It does not matter what you do to me. You will become one of us. Or one of you will, at least. We are back to the top of the round with Guillaume.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm really not that interested. And I think I'm gonna shoot him with a firebolt. I'm hoping that sneak attack did enough damage that we can get close to taking him out. Shit. Do I have another? No, I don't have anything. Okay, how's an 11 hit you? Probably not.
It doesn't. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, it's a oh boy. I don't know if I can really do anything else useful. So I will take a few steps back and reevaluate my life choices.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'll also just yell a quick like, but fuck you anyway.
You weren't adjacent to him when you started your turn, right?
No.
You were already like, okay, yeah, I was pretty sure that you had some distance. Okay. He says, thank you, but I'm not interested. Turning your phrase against you.
In me fucking you? Yeah, no, I think you're misinterpreting what I was going for there. I meant more like fuck you violently. No, that doesn't sound good. I mean, fuck you.
His eyes
with
flare
violence.
dangerously.
Oh, whatever. I'll let the swords do the talking.
Sylvie. Your turn.
Just for a quick clarification,
Mm-hmm.
shedding bright light is not the same as sunlight. Those are two different things.
Correct.
Like if
yeah,
a
they would be two
weapon.
different things.
Cool. Okay, that's it. Still, Sophie's gonna try and bonk this vampire with her
Are we
staff.
still talking about what Guillaume was talking about?
No. This is.
Wait, right here? Is there time?
This is no time like the present. 19 to hit.
19 to hit. All right. Yeah, absolutely will.
It's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning, and then she's going to do another hit, or try to. It's another 19.
Is this magical bludgeoning?
No,
It is not. Okay. You
just
will take
normal.
half that.
Mhm.
So, all right. And then the second 19, you said?
Yes.
Yep.
And that's going to be 11 points of just normal bludgeoning.
Okay. Again, he's probably looked better, but as of right now, he is still concerned with trying to stick it to you. That was Sylvie. Lux, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm about to ask the question. It's the question that has plagued us for years. If I cast a spell as a bonus action, I can then not cast a spell as an action, correct?
Rules as written, you are correct. However, at my table, that is not the case.
At my table, he says, okay, fuck yeah. All right, so...
You can cast as long as one of them is a bonus and one of them is an action. You can cast both of them in a turn.
Awesome.
Neither one of them has to be a cantrip.
Okay, cool.
That's usually the rule.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, okay. I could not remember for the life of me. Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Misty Step. And I can't see the edge of the building, but I just want to... I'm trying to move myself on the Zoom window. Give me a second here. Oh no, I can't move myself anymore. What happened? Okay, Jeremy, can you move me? I just want to move like 10 feet away from this guy. 15 if I can do it, but I understand that we're in an enclosed space.
Back into the carriage house?
Ooh.
Or like out of?
No, out of would be fine, as long as I have line of sight on this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Well, they're not going to let me move you now?
Oh, no.
Oh, you know what? I think, hold on. I think it might be...
It's my aura.
Yeah, I think it might be Chimerans. Well, maybe.
That light. Yeah, no, I can't. Oh, wait. No, I can move myself now.
There you go.
I think it was the thing. Okay,
yeah,
is there okay?
Yeah. That's inside the carriage house. Just
that's inside the carriage house. I'm so sorry. I have like my eyes are so bad.
So towards Guillaume would be outside.
Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to pink come over by Guillaume here. So a flash of purple light and these kind of glowing spectral feathers, and Locks appears beside Guillaume, and so that was my bonus action, and then as my action, I'm going to cast Witch Bolt using my highest slot here. I'm going to use a second level slot to cast Witch Bolt on this vampire. 18 to hit.
Yes, we'll hit.
Oh, okay, cool. So here's some lightning damage. 15 lightning damage.
15.
And then on each of my turns for the duration, I could do that again. The spell ends if I ever use my action to do anything else.
So you can actually describe what it looks like as you end this.
Oh my god, no way. I was like locking in to do some sustained damage here, but this is great. Yeah. No, that's fine.
I will add an addendum to the end of it because it has to end with him turning to mist.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So Lox is summoning up a power that he typically does not. He trained for a time in his younger years in magic, but has since only used it to survive out of desperation, just to keep himself alive in really sticky situations. But the power that he is conjuring up here is something that has developed more recently, something that has come as a result of him being around this sort of new family of his, these other spellcasters and magic users who understand magic in a way that he will never likely understand magic. And he drums up this magic from the very center of him, and projects it out of the palm of his hand. And I think that even he is surprised by the crackling lightning that emits from his palm. And it at first it forks out and kind of hits the cobblestone under this vampire and bursts a bunch of cobbles up into the air. And then Locks kind of like with a recoil, his arm kind of comes up and he just rakes this lightning up this vampire's body, and sort of bisects him with lightning, and leaves him in two halves that kind of fall apart. And then, as you say, Jeremy, become mist.
Beautiful. This mist is distinctly different from the creeping mist that's kind of ever present here. It has a purplish hue to it, similar to the magic of the carriage that Guillaume had activated earlier. And for a moment, you can kind of even see it as its own cloud within this fog. And it begins to like rapidly creep along the ground towards the castle.
Vera's going to kind of call out, is there any way we can catch it? It's not going to do us any good if they keep coming back.
I have a question, Jeremy. When he became mist, does that mean that I lose my witch bolt on him, or is it still pointing at him?
Good question.
Like, is he a new creature now, or is it still the same?
I don't think he would be qualified as a new creature.
The spell ends if the target is ever outside the spell's range, or if it has total cover from you.
Interesting.
Or if I use my action to do anything else, but there's no other.
I'm gonna look up. I think it's just a form of gaseous form. Is technically what they use.
Oh man, if it is, I'm just gonna keep blasting.
Let me see. A really interesting conundrum, because it's tethered to him essentially.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, is gaseous form not a spell anymore?
And I don't even know if I'm able to damage him when he's in that form, but I will keep it sustained on him for as long as I can, even while he's in his mist form, if I'm able.
Okay. While in this form, the target's only method of movement is flying. Enter and occupy the space. Has resistance to non-magical damage and has advantage. Passes through small holes, cracks. Can't fall and remains hovering in the air. While in the form, can't talk or manipulate objects. Can't attack or spells. It doesn't say anything about them not being a target. So, yeah, I mean,
I'm about to bust this ghost, guys. I'm gonna bring the witch bolt down on him here.
Okay. So he is kind of making his way in this mist form away from you. Not very fast, but is definitely kind of trying to drift away. And
so if he's trying to drift away, do we get
technically,
attacks?
Opportunity attacks.
I'm gonna slice the air, because that sounds fun.
Go for it.
22 to hit.
I mean, yes, that hits.
For
He's a misty cloud. I don't imagine he has
8 points of magical damage.
Okay. All right. Sylvie, do you also wish to take a swing?
Yeah, I did. I got a 19
Mhm.
to hit.
Okay.
For 10 points, but it's just bludgeoning.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Does it look like they're doing anything to it?
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell just because he is just a cloud. He's just a widow cloud. So he is just like swirled around effectively by kind of what they're doing. There's no real evidence of damage, other than just the fact that it's continuing to try to retreat.
Fear is gonna pull out a torch, I guess, and light it and kind of run over and see if she can burn it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Make a I mean, I guess technically it's just a ranged attack, or not a ranged, a melee attack. Second.
So do I just use like my rapier thing, or
Not necessarily, because if your rapier is like magical or anything like that, it would just be your strength plus your proficiency bonus.
yay? Okay. Not bad. 22.
Yeah,
Rolled good. Rolled an
You-
18.
absolutely hit.
Get
Okay,
back
yeah.
here, you foggy bitch.
Yeah. She's trying to like burn it, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I think fire normally is a D6. Or roll me a D6.
We'll go with that. 4 torch damage.
All right. Yeah, you definitely kind of burn away some of the mist and the fog that seems to form this kind of slightly purplish cloud as it continues to kind of like dissipate and spread out and get a little harder to discern as it kind of mingles and mixes with the rest of the vapor, and you burn off kind of more of the concentrated area a little bit. Okay. That was Vera. He is going to continue. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You skipped Emma and I.
I did. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. That happened when Locks downed him, right? Okay, so yeah. And who did I skip then? Locks is the one that finished him off, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Chimeran,
and it was
So yeah.
Locks
Chimeran
finished
should be
him off,
next.
and then there was opportunity attacks, which kind of jumbled things up.
Okay, that's yeah.
And
So after Locks is
Oh,
Chimeran.
yeah.
so then it would be Chimeran again, yeah.
Chimeran.
So I'd like to follow the mist. I mean, I'm going to keep trying to hit it.
Okay.
If lack of anything, I'm going to try to follow it as well to see where it's going to take us. But
Okay.
I'm going to.
So let's do this.
Yeah.
Each of you make 2 more rounds of attacks, essentially. However it is that you're going to attack this mist. We'll get the results of that and figure out whether or not he reaches where he's heading or not.
Cool.
Instead of continuing to do this round by round. In just whatever order that you wish. Resolve it.
I rolled a 24 on one of the attacks. Oh, and I got a crit on the second attack.
Okay.
I got a crit on my first attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume in the pen, I'm not actually going to get sneak on him because, I mean, how do you sneak on that?
Right. There's no vital spots, really.
Yeah. So I will just roll my damage. Okay. So. So in the total of the 2 hits, 26 plus 6 is 32. 32 points of damage from the rapier, magic rapier.
All right. So did anybody get less than a 10 on any of their attacks? No. Okay. If you did not get less than a 10, then your attack hit in his current form.
I did 10 damage total. The crit and then the 15 on the second.
And what was the delivery of the damage? What was it? Was it magical?
Oh, my little fire torch thing that I'm
the torch.
whipping
Yep,
around.
Okay. All right, what have we got? 8 bludgeoning from Sylvie. Okay. Fire from Guillaume. 19.
Boxes, witch bolts.
Yeah, what do you got on your witch bolts, blocks?
Oh yeah, let me look back here. Oh shoot.
Yeah, you have to like just roll damage, right?
It was
and stay within so many feet.
Yeah.
I think it's 30
Oh
feet.
wait,
though, so
no, I haven't done witch bolt damage to his gaseous form yet because I killed him on his turn and he became gaseous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still pointing the witch bolt at him, but I don't deal damage again until on my turn.
Right.
I have to do it as an action.
Each one of you basically gets 2 rounds worth of attacks. So if you're maintaining that, we're just going to kind of like jump through it because there's nothing else that he can really do in retaliation other than run.
Cool.
So we're just kind of pressing the fast forward button a little.
I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me give you 2 of those then.
Mm-hmm. And Austin, what did you get? Both of yours hit, so.
Oh, I meant it was 19 fire damage. I think you already.
Oh, I did. You're right. I got it. Thank you.
23 for 2 witch bolts. Yep. Because I used the 2nd level spell slot to roll 2d12.
Okay. So as he attempts this kind of rather slow retreat, you all just waylay on him. Just kind of bringing the hurt and the pain as much as you can. And bit by bit, you kind of watch these little tendrils of this mist kind of swirl off, or, swirl into different pieces, if you will, different sections. And again, this mist around this ground is like mingling in with him, and slowly you see less and less of this purple tint, and then eventually you can't find any of it anymore. It seems to completely and totally disappear. And you hear faintly, as the wind shifts direction, you hear, "Thank you."
Guillaume just quietly whispers, "No problem."
I imagine there's like a distant thunderclap as Lox fires the lightning bolt off and it sort of dissipates into the sky. And he's standing there with his hand sort of smoking and he's kind of shaking it like it's hot. And he goes, "Did we just kill a vampire? Like, kill it?
I think so. I think we did. See, this is easy. We've got this.
Yeah, it was easy.
Chimeran, whatever you did before, we just need you to do that again every single time.
I just imagined he wore the Doge of Manchelona's face and hit it with all my might.
Great. I actually can do some minor illusion spells, so if you need assistance with that imagery, I'm glad to help. Um, yeah. Okay. So let's go rescue some ladies. Or actually, are the purple horses still there?
No. I think once Guillaume got down and like dropped the
Okay.
reins, they would have gone away.
Okay. Okay. Actually, Vera's going to kind of gently suggest, so maybe we should take a little bit of a breather for a few minutes. Just we're kind of in here. I don't think we've alerted anybody too much to our presence yet, but I know I could use a little bit of a rest.
I was thinking it would also maybe be a good idea to move the cart over to nearer to the front entrance. So if we're leaving in a hurry, we don't need to detour. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. The horses don't really exist unless you're sitting in it.
Okay. That works.
All right, I'll get to work on that, like opening the horse house doors and
Okay.
getting the cart moved.
Takes a little bit of time, but not overly much. Sounds like there is a recommendation on the table to take a short rest. What does that entail? What does that look like? Is there a particular place that you're going to try to do so?
Maybe in the stable.
Yeah, in the
It's
horse
all-
house.
Yeah, it's kind of blocked off.
Okay. Especially with the carriage out of there. It's definitely not hard to find room for everyone. Okay. You take a short rest.
Is anybody going to be using their hit dice to get hit points back? Anybody lose any that they're gonna
No,
heal up?
I lost my max as well, so I'm feeling still pretty good.
I'm going to be using some hit dice.
Okay. Vera will kind of quietly, not compared to how she usually does, but she will kind of softly sing and like hum probably some sort of lullaby or something that's kind of about that kind of goes through the description of like the strength of family, but the strength of friends and kind of stuff like that too, about how there's two kinds of family in the world and that kind of stuff. And she'll kind of sing that. And so that's Song of Rest. So you regain an extra 1d6 hit points when you spend your hit dice.
I think during this time of relaxing, Chimeran's been a little quiet since this battle, but he goes up to Sylvian and sometime during the hour, he just kind of turns and looks to you, Sylvian. He's got a little bit of a panic in his eyes, and he's holding his neck. He's like, "He bit me."
Let me have a look. And Sylvie's gonna have a look at the bite.
Yeah, though it happened like mere minutes before you've kind of examined it, the wounds look angry, like infected, pink kind of around the puncture where the fangs like opened his flesh.
Can Sylvie make some kind of...
Medicine roll?
Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh, that's a 2.
2, okay. I have no idea.
Where is this body part? What is the neck? So
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm afraid. Do we know what this means? Am I going to become that?
I don't know, Sylvie says. And honestly, I will not sugarcoat things for you. I don't know what this means.
Promise me something. If I start to change, if I start to become like that, you will kill me before I can.
Well, let us not be too hasty. We will figure it out.
Promise me, Sylvie.
She looks to you.
I don't want to be like that. Ever.
If it comes to that, which it will not, I promise. But it is a silly promise because it isn't even going to happen.
But if it does, you will. You promised.
Yes. Yes, if it, by an unlikely chance, happens.
Is this conversation happening like to the side very privately? Or are you guys being loud enough that we could hear? Okay.
I mean, with Guillaume with his rat ears, he might be able to overhear, but yes.
I think he wouldn't be able to help himself. I'll hear. I'm gonna roll myself just to see if I
There you
heard
go.
you.
It's not a terribly large carriage house, by the way.
No, I did not hear you. I am busy looking at the runes on that carriage.
Thank you. That is all I can ask.
But it will not happen. Right?
He tries to smile, but you can see that it does not reach his eyes. He does not believe it.
Guillaume, in the meantime, while you are messing more with the carriage, you realize that the driver's bench is actually hollow. That it's actually like a storage area. Opening it, you find 2 sets of manacles that are inside. Nothing to speak of or to note about them necessarily, other than just their presence. But there is also a small bundle that seems to kind of be wrapped in like a silk handkerchief.
Hello, what is this? And I'll just kind of pull it out, set it on the bench, and kind of carefully unwrap the silk.
You find what looks like a very well-loved, very well-worn leather book. Not a full-sized like tome, but a small, almost more like a journal or like sketchbook sized leather book.
I'll just kind of give it a once over, see if there are any runes on it, anything that indicates any sort of magic, or if this just seems like a purely mundane book. If it appears,
outside, it looks mundane. Yeah.
If it 80% seems like it's not like a portal to hell, I'm gonna just carefully crack it open and kind of take a peek inside, see if it could be of relevance or interest.
Oddly enough, most of it seems to be filled with sketches and notations, all of which seem to be like shoes. you put together that like these aren't just like sketches of admiration. These are like design sketches. Like the person who had this book made shoes. Some of these drawings look similar, at least in the way that they're kind of formatted to the page, to the work that you have seen Sylvie do.
Hey, Sylvie, I found a high-end cobbler's diary. Don't know if that's something you're interested in. There's some good designs in here, though, I think. I particularly like the one with the straps and the buttons. I don't think you really need straps and buttons. I think that's kind of overkill, but you know me. I like being extra.
Yeah, Sylvie strides over to Guillaume and takes the book. Let me see. This is strange to have this in a horse house. She like starts to look through the books.
Okay. You begin kind of looking a little closer, and you find Piero Rocca's signature on many of these sketches. So you're like, without a doubt, this was his book. And you very quickly realize that these are not just merely sketches of shoes, that this was an artificer's book.
Mm. At one time, this man was quite skilled in his craft. He had such talent, delicate work here. She like gestures to something that maybe the stitching or the how the buckles form within the shoes, and it is such a shame. It's such a shame that it came to this for him. He was reduced to nothing more than a monster. And she says, and I think at that she glances over to Chimeran.
Sylvie, one of the sketches in particular catches your eye because you've actually seen the finished product. You see on one of the pages a sketch depicting the Inquisitor's slippers, a pair of shoes that you found not all that long ago in game time in an abandoned cobbler's shop in Aladalgo.
That's right. Those are the ones that gave her the nightmares when she put them on, the horrific vision. She still has those, I think. She had tucked them away in her. So. She's going to pull them out. Yeah, I know these shoes.
Absolutely match.
She shows Guillaume.
Oh, that guy made. Did he work at? Huh. Small world, I guess.
So these shoes, there's something dark about them. Something magical.
Well, a vampire made them. Although maybe he's dead now. Sometimes when an evil wizard or a magic doer dies, the traces of their magic, then their darkness are, washed away. Maybe the shoes are good now. I mean, this might not be the place to test it out, but
yeah, you see Sylvie nod. It could be for another time. She like thinks about something. She's thoughtful in this. She's like, "Do you mind if I keep this book of his?"
Yeah, no, it's pretty useless to me. Yeah, I don't make shoes or clothes. I do kind of want to keep the silk it was wrapped in. Are you okay with that? It's kind of nice, and okay, cool. I'm just gonna tuck it in a pocket.
She keeps it. She tucks away the book. Thank you. She nods. Oh, and she turns to Locks. Locks, I have something for you.
For me?
And she procures the eye patch. I
shit,
found
that's
this. Maybe not the most appropriate time to bring this up, but I thought it looked nice. So it's very intricate, very made of very, very nice fabric. She like holds it up.
It's not just the fabric on it that's nice. Those are very nice stones on there.
Shit. Thanks. And he'll kind of reach out and take it. And he's like looking it over and he's like, where did you say you found this?
It was at the bottom of the tower. I might wash it first if I were you. It was in a bunch of
Oh.
different bones, and
Yeah.
yeah, might want to give it a good clean. But
I'll hit
figured
it
you
real
would-
quick with a prestidigitation.
I was gonna say Vera will hit
Slap
it
it on
real
that
quick
socket.
too. Yep. Yeah.
Sick.
Yep.
Okay, cool. When you do that, Guillaume, Lox is kind of like, oh, well, cool. I guess I may as well just put it on then. All right. And he'll kind of like reach up and take the eye patch off. And you all see for the first time his sort of missing eye. The socket is kind of misshapen and sort of slumps to one side, sort of half closing the eye. And you can see that the socket is dark behind. And there's sort of like some weird sort of scarification on the bottom. That just sort of extends down his cheek and becomes this kind of faded, sort of mottled scar tissue. And he'll slip the new one on and kind of fit it. And he sort of adjusts the band a little bit. And he's like, oh, shit, that's actually really nice. Yeah, that's comfortable. Thanks.
It suits you. Remind me when we get back. I will. I'll make you an outfit inspired by those beautiful gems.
Never had an outfit to match an eye patch before. That seems pretty bougie.
Well, with the welcoming for saving everyone that I'm sure we're bound to get when we return, I think it will be quite fitting.
All right, I'll look forward to that. It'll be nice to wear clothes instead of armor.
You'll have to have something fancy to wear to my no longer accused of murder party.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Also, just real quick, I imagine that like in their, like his slightly more immature days, Guillaume was constantly asking Lox, like, come on, just move the eye patch for a minute. Just let me see. Just let me see. I want to see. Let me see that hole. Show me your hole. Come on, Lox, show hole. And so as soon as you've like popped it off, he's just like biting his tongue, but just like inspecting every little bit of it.
I'm going to ask a question, Jeremy, because the paranoid gamer in me requires I ask it. When he puts this eye patch on, is there any kind of like weird magical effect that seems to take hold, or like does anything happen?
Like visibly, absolutely not. No.
Okay, great, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a magical effect. He looks real good with the new eye
It's
patch
true.
on.
It's enchanting.
Yeah.
Honestly. Sylvie, during the course of this short rest, you feel like you find yourself kind of continually going back to this sketchbook and kind of like looking at more and more of it. So at the end of your short rest, I'm going to give you the choice. Would you like to attune to this book or not?
Oh yeah, I think Sylvie would absolutely be
Yes?
obsessed. Yeah.
Okay. As long as you are attuned to the cobbler's book, you get a +1 to all of your infusions.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my goodness.
So how many infusions do you usually get?
So I have I have 4 infusions because I took a thing that gives me 2 more infusions.
Right. So yeah, to each of the 4 items, whatever bonus it is that they grant. It gives an additional +1 so long as you are attuned to this book.
Wow. Okay.
Does that
I'm gonna-
include my armor that I'm wearing?
Yes. Yep.
Nope.
All right. And as the group of you hunker down for a small respite, I think this is actually where we're going to end the session. All right. Good. Awesome. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Like I said, I love dungeon crawls and getting to kind of plan out what's going to happen as we visit the different places that I might have planned for this castle. I'm really excited to kind of peel back the layers on this. There's some really fucked up stuff that I can't wait to show y'all. Yeah, super stoked, and as always, thank you all for just making this so much fun to actually run. It is greatly appreciated. I'm going to pass things back over to my players so that they can say any kind of like parting words that they would like to touch again on, anything that they would like to plug, and then we're going to call it an evening. So we're going to start in reverse order with Karen.
Hello, everyone. So much fun. It was so good to get back into this game and this world, and I cannot wait for the further parts of this creepy dungeon crawl that we're about to get ourselves into. That's already started and has already been kind of tense and horrific already. So yay! It's pretty exciting. I can't wait for next time. Yeah, had a lot of fun. I was so glad to get back with the group and do this again. I can't wait. I don't have much more to say. I will pass it on to Austin.
Yeah, not a lot to add. This was super fun. It was great in a game where some of my favorite sessions have been we don't even roll dice. Like we realize at the end, like, oh hey, I didn't even get my dice out. Uh to have a game that is like, no, we're fighting, we're kicking ass. And like it's cool to finally kick things into like high gear with the combat and feel legitimately threatened at every turn. So I'm scared of what awaits us, but super excited to burn it all down. And if we leave this castle not on fire, I will be very disappointed with us. I know it's stone, but we got to find a way. And with that, I will pass it over to M.
Yeah, amazing. I'm super stoked to see what comes next. I think Jeremy's done a really good job of setting the mood, making it very creepy, and we're only in the courtyard and I'm already like, I don't know what's gonna happen or when we go in. So yeah, awesome. Like very cool. So I can't wait to see what comes next. So with that, I will pass it to Matt.
Yeah, had a lot of fun with this session. It really reminded me of like just kind of my favorite kind of playing around a table where it's combats with some fun sort of role play in between and prowling around a creepy dungeon. I really love it. So I got to use a second level spell slot. I found a new eye patch, so it was a big night for locks. Big night. But yeah, had a blast. Thank you as always, Jeremy, and can't wait for the next session. I'll pass it on over to Kenya.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same thing as everybody else. Super excited, super scared. Really recommending we don't randomly touch runes we come across when we go inside the building. But you know. Otherwise, yeah, great time. Love it always. Always wonderful. Yeah, I just hope we can find all these lovely ladies and get them out in our brand new horseless demon horse carriage. I mean, what's a demon horse or two? We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, thank you all very much. I'm super happy to hear that that it seems like I'm hitting the right notes as far as the tone and the atmosphere goes. Because I mean, yeah, you can raid a creepy castle, that's fun. But if you're raiding the creepy castle that belongs to an ancient vampire, like it really needs to be like creepy. Um, so very much was kind of going for the, Harker is showing up to Dracula's castle and things are just not right here. So I'm really happy to hear that that's landing, and that y'all are enjoying it as much as I am presenting that to you. So thank you, as well as just as always for the incredible amount of heart and ingenuity that you all put into your characters and what they're doing with the story. It's genuinely a joy to run this game for you, so thank you. Thank you as well to anybody who may be tuning in, whether you watched it live with us this evening as we played, or whether you may be tuning in at some point further down the road in the future. Thank you. It genuinely touches my heart that there are people that that find entertainment here on the channel, so thank you. Do all the stuff that YouTube likes to do, likes to have you do. The algorithm runs things, unfortunately, for better or worse. So click the like button, hit the bell if it's a thing, leave a comment, share the link around, talk about it. Do all the things. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Yeah, I'm really geeking out that again, like this is what I get to do. Like I get to sit down and tell stories with amazing people and have people out there watch it. It's wild that this is a hobby that I get to take part in. So what else? Remember, please, that kindness is a free action. It costs you absolutely nothing to be kind to someone, and I mean, the world needs as much kindness as it can get. It seems as though that has become harder and harder to come by in the wild. So just be nice to people. Free money. Okay, I think that's about it. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope that the rest of you have a fantastic week. Love you all very much. And yeah, until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.